Hello? Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it when you smile. Alright, those are the only lyrics I know. I was hoping I'd go longer, but I meant to Google the lyrics of the song last night, but I forgot. So yeah, those are the only lines I know. Anyway, the name of the show is Politics. Although, I actually call it Politics.
Wow.
And the title of this episode is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. My name is Presh, and you ruined my experience of this movie.
Okay.
Alright.
Fair enough. Thank you.
You're not the only one, but, you're just the person in front of me, so I thought I'd mention it.
Okay.
But, and I wanted to get it up top because it would just eat at me. As we're going through this episode, I'll be thinking, you fucked this up, you ruined my experience. Like, I'll be playing it over in my head, but, now that I've gotten it out of my system, well, I still want to talk about it, but I just want to put the listeners on notice that, had a bad time with this movie. No, not the content of this movie, my viewing experience.
I'm sorry about that.
Alright, well, at least a hint of remorse, your co-conspirators, they have no remorse about this. Alright, so we actually last recorded 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Because you had a test.
Yes.
How did it go?
Yeah, it was pretty good, I think. I hope.
Alright. So, and the thing is, we put out a commentary last week.
Yes.
So as a consequence, there's just a bunch of news.
There's 2 weeks worth of everything.
So yes, we are recording this on Tuesday, and probably we're going to record the next one next week, Sunday.
Yes.
So there's probably going to be a short news week next week, and this is just going to be an extra long one.
Yeah.
Right? And also the recommendations. I watched a lot of shit.
Nice. Okay.
So, this is clean up from last week, but it's actually clean up from 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
So, I totally fucked up when speaking about Andrew Gillum.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
The guy who was Ron DeSantis' rival?
They ran for governor of Florida, and Gillum lost to DeSantis.
Yes.
Right? I said he lost the governor's race because he was found with male prostitutes and fucked up on drugs in a hotel room.
Yes.
Right? The governor's race was in 2018, and he lost that fair and square to Ron DeSantis.
Oh.
Meatball Ron.
Okay.
Right? The incident with the prostitutes and drugs happened in 2020.
Oh,
right?
okay.
I was conflating the two incidents in my mind.
Yeah.
So I apologize for that, but my overall point still stands, right?
Yes.
Meatball Ron is not a killer. He is not a killer, right? I believe he'll drop out quite early on in the race when it comes to it.
Okay,
But I just wanted to clear the record. I said that the only reason DeSantis won the governor race was because Gillum had the scandal, but no, DeSantis won fair and square. So
fair enough.
Let me just put that on record.
Okay.
The next thing is, in the Baby Driver commentary, I kept calling Lily James Lily Collins.
Oh.
Which is, right. I realized I kept calling her Emily in Paris. And,
yes.
All of Lily Collins' roles, I was putting it on the slate. But yes, Lily Collins is Phil Collins' daughter.
Oh.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yes. Lily James is just rando. Well, not rando, she's a movie star.
She's someone's daughter as well.
She was in Yesterday. She's the love interest. Every other thing I said about her I was thinking about Lily Collins. So, also 2 weeks ago, so that was just Baby Driver. Sandwiched it in between the rest of the stuff, right?
Okay.
So 2 weeks ago, I was in a rush, right? I just said that fucking nerd Brigati made the repo rate go up, right?
Yes.
So this week I tried to do some research to understand how.
Yes.
Right? I read that his comments made the rand weaker.
Okay.
So, I think not everything, but the majority of the rest of this I understand.
Okay.
But every article just said his comments made the rand weaker. It doesn't explain why.
Yeah, how would someone speaking affect the rand?
Well, I guess it's they're lowering confidence in the country.
Yeah, okay.
But whatever, none of the articles explain it well.
Yes.
Right? I think it just kind of assumed, And like,
Yeah.
I definitely don't know. Yeah. But anyways, so due to this, importing goods cost more,
Okay.
which causes inflation as companies raise their prices to make up the difference.
Yeah. Right.
We've mentioned this every time the repo rate goes up, but the idea behind putting the repo rate up makes people spend more on their loan repayment,
Yes.
which makes them spend less on goods and services. With less demand, the companies can't raise their prices for goods and services, so it keeps inflation down.
Yeah.
But reading that explanation made me even more confused.
Yeah.
If the prices are inflating due to having to pay more to import, then raising the repo rate won't solve the inflation, because it's not being caused by demand.
Yes.
It's being caused by external factors.
Yes.
If there's a listener who's more knowledgeable on this, can you please write in and explain what I'm missing? Is raising the repo rate the correct way to combat the inflation, even though it's not inflating due to demand? Either way, I'll just come back to my original point on the matter. If we indeed did sell weapons to the Russians, we should be called out.
Yes.
Not because I'm pro-Ukraine, but because we are non-aligned.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
We should be staying independent and pursuing for peace.
Yes.
Arming one side of the conflict is the opposite. And again, if this was true, Brigitte should have spoken to the relevant people in government.
Yes.
Instead of calling a press conference and accusing us with no evidence.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Like, I'm not going to pretend like we're the perfect country and then Brigitte came along and fucked it up. We're struggling as a country in many areas, right?
Yes.
And this Brigitte jackass just came like, unnecessarily fucking things up even more, right? So, like, he made a bad situation worse. That's what I'm trying to get at here.
Yes.
In conclusion, fuck Brigitte. Well, I want to have a charity boxing match. Well, not me, but like someone who can fight and Brigitte in the ring. I would love it. Yeah.
And I think I deserve it.
Yes, I do think I deserve it. Right. So in that Fast and Furious episode, I said it was a 31-year difference between Vin Diesel and Rita Moreno in real life.
Yes.
It was actually 36 years, right?
Okay.
So it's conceivable that, like, you're 18, you have a baby, that child grows up, they're 18, they have a baby. That's 36 years.
Yes.
Fine.
Correct.
But my point about in movie still stands, right?
Yeah.
He still looks like he's in his 60s and she looks like she's in her early 80s.
Yeah.
So her being his grandmother is still weird.
Yeah.
Right?
A little bit, yeah.
Even though in real life that number works out.
Yeah.
In movie I don't like it.
Fair enough.
Finally in last bit of cleanup. It's not news, but yeah. It's not news or cleanup, I just wanted to mention it. Our Beau is Afraid episode has been reinstated on YouTube.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Just in time as it was released on VOD today.
Ah, okay.
So, like, you know, like on DSTV, you can, there's a...
You got catch up.
No, not catch up. There's a thing called Box Office.
Oh, yes.
You pay like
okay.
$50 and you can watch like a relatively new...
Yeah.
So VOD is that in America.
Right, I see. Okay.
So it's, But, so yeah,
Yeah.
watch that movie and then listen to our review. And also, because this is back and I sorted out the URL, I think we can launch the podcast now.
Okay.
I was just mainly waiting for this Beau's Afraid to come back on YouTube because
Okay, yeah.
I really like that episode.
Yeah.
Sorry if this offends.
Well, it was a good episode.
Offended. Ooh.
Okay.
Anyway. So let's go to the news of the week, right?
Right.
The U.S. Department of Justice released on Friday an unsealed federal indictment of former President Donald Trump.
Yes.
With 37 felony counts related to the mishandling of classified documents, obstructing justice and making false statements. The indictment alleges that Trump shared a classified map related to ongoing military operations and improperly stored boxes containing classified documents at his Florida home, Mar-a-Lago, including in a ballroom, bathroom, and shower.
A shower? Who stores documents in a shower?
The thing is, I think I'm not trying to defend him, but like, I'm sure it's like a huge house.
Yes.
And like there's lots of bathrooms, and he, you know, like
He doesn't use one of the
and just in one later news they were just like, fuck it, let's throw these boxes in here.
Yeah.
That could be a possible explanation, but maybe this guy's a weirdo. While he's showering, he's reading documents. He has them all laminated.
Classified documents specifically, yes.
Whatever the case is, right? Federal prosecutors also accused the former president of defying requests from the Justice Department to hand over classified documents, making false statements to the FBI, and tapping his aides to help hide boxes of records. This seems more serious than when he was indicted for paying off Stormy Daniels.
A little bit, yeah.
But again, like I said, when that happened, he can still run for office from jail, right? Personally, I think going to jail will be good for him. This would make him a martyr, and the right wing would come out in full force to vote for him, right? They'll be like, you know, our President Trump, he was taking on the sickos, and they threw him in prison because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So maybe I'm wrong, and like this disillusions his voters, and they abandon him. I don't know. Let's see how this plays out.
Yeah.
But again, this actually, you know, I said this seems more serious.
Yes. A little bit, yeah.
Again, he's more. A lot of people I've been seeing online, like this is the first time he's had serious,
yeah,
you know,
charges.
Yeah. Like, you know, that tweet I mentioned about. Let's see, old Donnie Trump wriggle his way out of this one.
Yes.
Donald Trump easily wriggles his way out. I don't think it's that situation, right?
No.
But again, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if he easily wriggles out of it, right? So, Parliament member Tina Jo Matt Peterson died aged 59 last week, Monday. Right?
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
No.
So she's a member of the ANC and obviously
a
member of Parliament.
Yeah.
Right? I've never heard of her before, so I did some Googling and found this in the Sunday World.
Okay.
Right? The former Agriculture and Energy Minister was at the time of her death caught up in accusations that she tried to solicit a bribe from suspended Public Protector Busisiwe Mkabane's husband. It's alleged that the bribe was to make the inquiry into Mkabane's fitness to hold office go away.
Okay.
It's been reported that Mkabane's husband, David Skosana, has opened a case of extortion against her and others fingered, including Kubudile Dianti and Pemi Majondina. She came under fire in 2015 for the illegal sale of 10 million barrels of strategic oil reserves.
Jeez Louise.
She was a cabinet minister under former President Jacob Zuma, and when the cabinet was reshuffled in 2017, she lost her position. So that's what it said in the Sunday World, right?
Yeah, okay.
Parliament has threatened to file a complaint unless the Sunday World retracts this article, saying, "The actions of the Sunday World are a clear violation to the fundamental principles of accuracy, fairness, and respect for the privacy and emotional well-being of the family in times of grief," said Parliament spokesperson Moloto Motapo.
Okay.
"We call on the Sunday World to issue an immediate retraction and a public apology to both the Speaker and the Jo Matt Peterson family for the distress caused by their false reporting." So it's just a he said, she said situation, right?
Yeah.
I have no opinion because, like I said, I have no idea who she was, right?
Yeah.
So I can't comment on it. I'm just presenting both sides of the argument I came across, right?
Yeah.
You know, we report, you decide.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, if I were more familiar with the record,
yeah,
I could speak more
yeah.
to it. But because this is the first time I've ever heard of her,
yeah.
You know, I don't want to make any bold claims.
Yes.
Our next story. Theodore Kaczynski, aka the Unabomber, committed suicide in prison this week.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you know who the Unabomber was?
No.
So, like, in the 80s and 90s, Alright, let me take a step back.
Okay.
He's extremely anti-technology.
Okay.
And he wrote a manifesto called Industrial Future, and it's... sorry.
You can do it,
Industrial Society and Its Future.
Right.
Right. So I read this when I was 16.
Okay.
And I thought, wow, the Unabomber has some great points.
Okay.
Right? But that was 10 years ago. Right. Well, sorry. Let me get back. He's anti-technology, and he emailed bombs to a bunch of people.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why he's named
yeah.
the Unabomber.
Yeah. Got you. Okay.
Not because he wrote a manifesto, right? But like, right. So that was 10 years ago when I read this. In hindsight, I realized that the majority of his points are nonsense.
Okay.
Right? I could go into more depth, but to keep this brief, his main points are that advances in technology are bad.
Okay.
As with any technology, it's the person using it. Sorry, this is me saying that. Right?
Okay. Yes.
As with any technology, it's the person using it that is the problem. That's my
Yes.
rebuttal to him.
Yeah. That makes sense.
For example, you can use the internet to communicate with people in other countries, which is positive, right?
Yes.
But it can also be used to harass and cyberbully someone, which is a negative.
Yes.
His reply would be, well, you can't separate the good from the bad, so it's better for the technology to not exist.
Okay.
Right?
I see.
I disagree. I think you can have new technology and have rules that try to prevent bad things from happening. Right?
Yeah.
For example, the creation of cars was new technology.
Yes.
Can we agree to that?
Yes.
Right?
We can.
And the positive is that it can transport you quicker than walking or riding a bicycle.
Yes.
But the negative is that people can die by crashing or, you
Yeah.
know, like if you hit somebody,
Yeah.
like...
Yeah.
So we put in the rule of a speed limit and using seatbelts so we can have the positive or quicker travel but with the reduced chance of a negative consequence.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So that's my, in short, his ideology,
Yeah.
the rebuttal to that, right?
Yeah.
He wrote a 35,000 word document.
That is insane.
Yeah. So, like, going through that whole thing would take up, like, a couple of episodes. So we
Yeah.
don't have time to go there. I just wanted to, put
Maybe-
that on the record, right?
Maybe we'll put
And
it up
don't
on
get me-
Patreon.
Don't get me wrong, right? There are reasonable critiques to be made about how technology has influenced us for the worse.
Okay.
The majority of this guy's writing is right-wing gibberish, right?
Ah. I see.
I'm not saying that he's a right-winger.
Okay.
Like, the words he says, in his own words, he's apolitical.
Okay.
He's
Yes.
not left or right.
Okay.
But that, like, anybody can, like if you hear something from someone and you repeat it,
Yes.
that doesn't necessarily mean you believe that ideology. You've just repeated it.
Yes.
So, like, the majority of the things he says is inspired by right-wing conspiracy theories.
Yeah. Okay.
Perhaps he doesn't understand that these are right-wing conspiracies.
Yeah.
And he views it as apolitical.
Yeah.
But like, someone like who's taking a sober look at his life and writing can see, like, the majority of his work is inspired by, not just right-wing, but like white nationalist talking points.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. In conclusion, the Unabomber did nothing wrong and he was right about everything.
Wait, what? Where did that come from? How did that?
Anyway, next topic.
Okay.
So Chris Christie announced his candidacy for the Republican nominee for president.
Okay.
This is what DeSantis did 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Do you know who Chris Christie is?
No.
So he was the governor of New Jersey, right?
Was. Okay.
Right, and he also ran in 2016, right?
Okay.
And he was the first person to leave the race. He could not stand the heat in the kitchen. It's like the heat, like the temperature was at level 1, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I gotta get the fuck out of here." Him putting his candidacy forward again is so fucking funny, bro. When I heard that, I could not. I just carried on laughing. And since he's announced, Trump has put out a picture fat shaming him, right?
Oh, what?
So it's a Photoshop picture of Chris Christie at a buffet, just going wild, right? He's holding like a tray of lots of food, right? And I really think this is a testament to Trump's power as a bully. That like, people are laughing at this while Trump is mad overweight himself. Right? My personal advice to Chris Christie: drop out, drop out as soon as possible to stop embarrassing yourself and spending money you don't need to. Use this money to like buy your children presents or something. Don't throw away millions of dollars in this essentially a vanity project.
Yeah.
There's no way he's not getting more than 1% of the votes, bro. But yeah. Anyway, so the next story.
Yes.
Mike Pence has also announced his
Oh
candidacy.
my goodness. Okay.
Do you know who Mike Pence is?
Yes.
He was Trump's vice president.
Yes.
Right. It's somehow even funnier than Chris Christie. Right. Mike Pence is just a bizarre guy.
That is true. He is.
There's
Yes.
like a lot of videos of him with his wife and him calling her mother.
Oh.
But like he says it in a way like his voice is just weird, so he's like, "Oh, mother, mother, can I do this?" And like he, in an interview, he said he's not alone. He's not allowed to be alone in a room with another woman.
What?
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of bizarre shit going on. Yeah. And again, he also ran in 2016.
Yeah.
But he also dropped out early, right?
Okay.
And Trump did a huge favor by asking him to be his vice president.
Yes.
The thing is, like, nobody, like, at the time,
Yeah.
the people running for president, nobody liked Trump.
Yeah.
In the years since, they've, essentially bend the knee and, like, kiss the ring, right?
Yeah.
But at the time, nobody wanted to
Yes.
be his vice president, right?
Yeah.
Except Pence. See, this is the thing. Pence is a religious fanatic.
Yes.
He's what we call an evangelical,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So Trump, the idea of getting Pence was that Pence will help with the evangelical vote.
Right.
Because Trump,
Yeah.
even though he sometimes pretends to be religious, is clearly not religious at all, right? So getting Pence, like I said, would secure the religious vote.
Yeah.
But anyway, in the 2020 election, a lot of right-wingers thought that the election was stolen by Joe Brandon and the Demon Rats, right?
Yeah.
And Pence had the opportunity to stop it, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if you know how elections work in the US, right?
Not really.
So, in most places, well, you know what the popular vote is?
Yes.
The person with the most votes wins.
Yeah.
But they don't have the popular vote in America, right?
Yes.
They have
Oh.
They have a winner-takes-all situation.
Yeah.
So, if I win California, I get all of California's votes.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
I win by 51%, I get all their votes.
Yeah.
It's not proportional,
Yeah.
right? But then, the next step is you have electors from each state.
Okay.
Those electors can put forward any name they want. They don't have to take the vote seriously, right?
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is called the Electoral College.
Okay.
Usually, the electors, vote based on how.
How the popular
Yes,
vote.
but
okay.
there's something called faithless electors
Yes.
that can, if they wanted to, could just change their vote.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, what's the point of having an election if this group of people can overturn it?
Yeah.
Right? It's very dumb.
Yeah.
But anyway, the electors go to the vice president,
Okay.
and I think the vice president picks the electors before
All right.
the
Okay.
election
Yeah.
as well, right?
Yeah.
So Pence had an opportunity to stop the election being stolen for Joe Brandon, right?
Right.
But he didn't, so he's viewed as like a Judas type figure.
Yeah.
Who betrayed Trump at the crucial moment. His campaign is even more dead in the water than both DeSantis and Christie, right? Like, they view him as the person who, like, yeah, again, Judas. He backstabbed Trump at the crucial moment, and yeah. So, again, my advice, Mike Pence, drop out. Drop out before you embarrass yourself any further.
He's gonna have one vote, and it's gonna be his wife, who he calls mother.
Yeah. And me if I was in. Unfortunately, I'm not American Mike Pence, so I can't vote for you. So anyway, Pat Robertson died this week. Do you know who that is?
No.
So he was a right-wing ghoul, like in the 80s and 90s. But I specifically knew him for his homophobic views.
Oh, right. Okay.
Like he's like very misogynist and he's a racist, but like his biggest issue was homophobia.
Okay.
Like, he would just unprompted just go on a rant about how gay people were ruining the world, etc. Right?
I see. Okay.
And
Yeah.
he died this week.
Oh.
So honestly, the world is a better place without him.
Damn. Okay. You know what? Fair enough.
Listen, I don't give a fuck, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, So, like, I made fun of the Queen and Margaret Thatcher dying, right?
Yes.
Because they are truly horrible people.
Yes.
Earlier, we were speaking about Tina Joe Peterson.
Yes.
I didn't make fun of her. I didn't,
Yeah.
It's, I don't know her,
Yes.
right? Pat Robertson is a outright evil piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
glad he's dead,
Fair enough.
right?
Yeah.
And, I'm also glad it happened during Pride Month. Yeah. So I hope they can get podcasts in hell. So I can say, fuck you, Pat Robertson. Alright. Anyway, the next story is Tenoch Huerta.
Oh.
Do you know who that is?
The guy from Black Panther.
Yes, he's the actor who portrayed Namor.
Yes.
In the latest Black Panther movie.
That guy.
Right?
Yeah.
He's been accused of sexual assault.
Yeah.
Musician Maria Elena Rios called the actor a sexual predator in a series of Spanish-language Twitter posts.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Huerta has denied the claims. So I want to see how this plays out.
Yeah.
Because, again, it's a he said, she said situation.
Yeah.
Right? But I also want to remind you that this woman has no incentive to make up this claim.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't benefit her in any way.
Yeah.
It might actually have the opposite effect, as in the past, women who have accused famous men of sexual assault received death threats and misogynistic messages from the fans of that man.
Yeah.
So, an example is Mason Greenwood.
Yeah.
He was his then girlfriend put out a video of him abusing her.
Yeah.
Right? And a bunch of Mason Greenwood fans sent her like horrible messages.
Yeah.
Right? So her coming out and, accusing him is a very brave stance. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that she's telling the truth. I'm just saying, in my mind, she has no incentive to be lying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Next story.
Next story.
The Rock and Vin Diesel patched up.
Oh.
AKA Black Adam must have done far worse than we realized. Right? I was looking at it and I thought about I looked at the Rock's filmography, right?
Right.
All his latest movies have flopped.
Okay.
Black Adam, obviously.
Yeah.
We've spoken about this.
Yeah.
DC's League of Super Pets also flopped.
Okay.
Red Notice, I don't want to say it flopped because it's a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
So it's not like people went to theaters and we can measure, right?
Yeah.
Netflix has its own internal data. We don't know.
Yeah.
Because the idea is that, they making these original movies to entice people who haven't signed up to Netflix.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many people Red Notice pulled into Netflix. So
Yeah.
I can't say if it's a failure or not. But
Yeah.
I'm including it here because it failed on a enjoyment level. I thought it was a rubbish movie. Right? So
Okay.
a flop in that sense.
Okay.
And the other one is Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
I heard of it briefly around the time it came out.
I've watched all these movies. Like, all of them are rubbish.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Okay.
Actually, I think the best one is maybe DC's League of Super Pets. It's an animated movie of, Superman's dog Crypto and Ace the Bat Hound.
Yeah.
And they were voiced by Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That was kind of the best one of these four.
Okay.
Right? His last successful movie was 2019's Jumanji: The Next Level,
Okay.
which was pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
So, not last week, when we did the Fast episode, my guess was that the Fast franchise expanded the two-parter to a trilogy to incorporate The Rock.
Yes.
This was proven to be incorrect, right?
Okay.
So with this came the announcement that there will be a Rock solo movie
Oh.
before the franchise ends with 2 more movies,
Oh.
right? So this was supposed to be a 2-parter.
Yeah.
It got turned into a trilogy.
Yes.
Now there's a Rock solo movie
Yeah.
between there, right?
Yeah. So it's kind of a quadrilogy.
Yeah. But what's also interesting is this Rock movie is not going to be a sequel to Hobbs and Shaw. It's just a Rock solo movie. Well, I don't know if it's a Rock solo movie. Just
It would mainly star The Rock.
yes,
Yes.
right.
Okay.
Any thoughts on any of these news stories? Like, I'm just going through it, and
I mean,
you're not saying anything.
meh.
All right.
Yeah.
UCL final.
Yeah.
Actually, since we last recorded, the FA Cup final and the UCL final happened.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Man City won a treble.
Man City did win a treble.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Again, this is not sarcastic. This is not making fun. You know, congratulations. In the same way I congratulated United for top 4. Congratulations to City.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just extremely, extremely disappointed that KDB got injured.
Yeah.
Right? KDB is my favorite non-Liverpool player. He is so good.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm glad this UCL cements his legacy now.
Yeah. Did you? I don't know if you saw it, and I don't know how true it is, but after the
hamstring.
game, yeah,
Yeah.
someone was saying that he been.
said it in an interview. He said
Oh,
it. He said
he
he's been playing for the last 2 months with like a small tear in his hamstring.
Yeah.
And he thinks that this game fucked it up
Yeah.
fully.
Yeah.
So, you know,
So
hopefully he recovers and, you know, he gets
Yeah.
back to, well, not gets back to his best because obviously he plays for City, but, you know, he's just so enjoyable to watch.
yeah.
I'm going to say something.
Okay.
Might get me disowned by the Liverpool fans.
Oh no.
But
Okay.
I think KDB is better than Gerrard.
Wow. That is a statement.
Right? The Gerrard Lampard Scholes debate is the answer is KDB. If I had to rank them, KDB, Gerrard, Scholes, Lampard.
Okay.
Lampard is a huge bum. The Chelsea fans love to, you know, like Chelsea fans compared Hazard to Salah, Lampard to Gerrard. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Reece James and Trent. They're always trying to, you know, like I don't know why Chelsea fans are obsessed with us, but all their players are fucking bums, bro. You know, of all these comparisons, the Liverpool player wins every time.
Yeah.
Not because I'm a Liverpool fan, it's just the fact of the situation. But anyway, we got way off traffic, right? Topic, I mean.
Yeah.
So, Inter were just rubbish.
Yeah.
City were a bit shaky and weren't at their best.
Yeah.
And Inter didn't capitalize at all, bro.
True.
Imagine you make it to the Champions League final and you just don't give a good account of yourself. You shut your fucking pants, bro. Right? And I'm seeing Lukaku getting a lot of hate online.
Yeah.
But when he came on, Inter at least had a few shots on target, right?
Yeah.
They did fuck all before he came on.
Honestly, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you went
Yeah.
watch.
I watched like the last 10 minutes or something.
Alright, well,
Yeah.
I watched the whole game.
Nice.
Right. He was only at fault for hitting a free header straight at Edison.
Okay.
Which, you know, that's a fair criticism.
Yeah.
That's not a good finish. Yeah. But
Yeah.
anyway, Barella had a disaster class.
Okay.
Lots of Liverpool fans are always saying we should buy him, right?
Yeah.
Because he's a quality 8.
Okay.
But I was watching him, he couldn't hold on to the ball at all. Under no pressure, he was just mishitting 5-yard passes.
Okay.
And not just him, like majority of the Inter team.
Yeah.
They couldn't hold on to the ball like 5 or 6 passes. It's like 1-2, give the ball away.
Yeah.
Something like that. They were so awful, bro.
Okay.
But, so he kept losing the ball and just clumsily fouling City players.
Yeah.
So, Barella, very disheartening. Because I rated him highly.
Yeah.
To drop a disaster class like this is yuck.
That's
what I thought. But Lautaro Martinez is the most to blame for this loss.
Okay.
Right. He played the full 90.
Yeah.
Horrible decision making every time, right?
Yeah.
Because they had Dzeko in the first half, they replaced Dzeko with Lukaku.
Okay.
And I know it's like you have one big main striker and you have
Yeah.
the second striker plays in the hole.
Big guy, little guy.
Big guy, little guy.
Yeah.
But honestly, they should have taken off Martinez. He
Okay.
was that dog shit.
Damn.
Like, he was one-on-one with Edison. Not one-on-one, yeah, he was one-on-one. Right?
Okay.
And Lukaku, not free, there were 2 guys behind Lukaku.
Okay.
So they could have, sped up and got the ball. But if Martinez crossed,
Yeah.
Lukaku had an open goal.
Yeah.
This idiot takes a shot. And directly at Edison, bro. It's so... you just want to reach into the TV and slap somebody. Fucking idiot. And he... almost fucked up the World Cup as well. I'm pretty sure, but never mind. Right. Grealish and Haaland also had rubbish games, in my opinion.
Okay.
Right. Man City's defense won them the game.
Okay.
John Stones, in my opinion, was man of the match.
Yeah.
But they gave it to Rodri for the goal.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking about the goal, Akanji made a great pass for Bernardo to cut back.
That through ball.
Yeah, you saw that with me. Right?
Yeah.
That through ball was mad.
Yeah.
And, like, nobody's really talking about it because, like, the finish from Rodri was great. The pullback.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't really a pullback. He crossed it and he came off a defender and then Rodri hit it. But still, you know, that Akanji pass to Bernardo, very underrated.
Yeah.
Right. Edison is getting a lot of credit online, which, like I said, that Lukaku shot was straight at him.
I mean, there were two, like, decent saves right at the end, but they looked so good.
Yes.
But they were right at him.
Yes, I really don't understand where this comes from. This idea that he had a good game. He was fine. It's like he's doing what any reasonable goalkeeper should do.
Yeah.
Like,
he did what he needed to do.
Yeah. But and again, Inter weren't doing much for the first half. They just in the last like 10 minutes had a couple of shots, but nothing scary.
Yeah.
But anyway, any thoughts from you?
I mean, it's like my dad was saying, something about Manchester keeping the treble. But like,
a Manchester United fan was like, "Yeah, Manchester, it's the same." United fans are so sweet. This whole season, they've been supporting City to win the league over Arsenal. They get what they fucking deserve, bro.
Well, to be fair, I as a United fan was supporting.
I'm not talking about every
Arsenal.
single United fan. I'm saying the vast majority of the fan base were, you know, saying Arsenal are gonna flop. Arsenal are gonna flop. Hope City win.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that is fair. Yeah.
Next story.
Messi
is going to Inter Miami.
Yes, I did see that.
Right. And this has pulled a lot of Ronaldo fans out. Like under every football related post is a video of Ronaldo at Juventus saying we weren't in the MLS at 35.
Yeah.
Alright. First of all, Ronaldo can't go to the MLS because he'll be arrested for rape. Right. First of all. Second of all, when 35-year-old Ronaldo joined Juventus,
yes,
they lost the Serie A for the first time in 10 years. Right? United finished second. He came in, they finished, what, 8th? Or 6th?
6th.
Yeah.
6th.
Every club he's been to since Madrid, he's brought them down. But yes, anyway, that was all.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything, what I've just said.
Yes.
The debate was ended at the World Cup.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's done.
You know, there's the story about, like, they found a Japanese man 29 years after the end. World War II still fighting.
Yeah.
All these Ronaldo fans who've just been replying, soldier fought fighting 20 years after battle, already lost. These guys are fighting a battle that was lost years ago. Last January. Right. Well, this is the thing. In my mind, it was never close.
Yes.
Messi was always better than Ronaldo.
In mine as well.
This World Cup is the cherry on top. It's not like... Because my other cousin was saying, oh, so it's the World Cup that makes a player. No, it's the crown jewel of a glittering career.
Yeah.
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 And just... I saw a bunch of, like, mocking Pele, Ronaldinho. Like a bunch of them saying when they were 35, they were playing in the Swash League.
Yeah.
Right? And someone replied, the only difference between all those people and Ronaldo is that they've all won the World Cup. Anyway. But yeah. Cheers, Messi. You know, it was a great run watching, you play.
It's been real.
That Barcelona team, under Pep, was the best team. In my mind, still the best team to ever play the game.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Not even a Barcelona fan. It's just
They
Yeah,
they were
just-
that good.
They were just that good, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beat United in 2 Champions League finals.
Yeah. That is, yeah. They did do that thing.
Ooh, yeah, one of them was on Ronaldo's head, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He played.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's just go on because people are going to accuse me of, Ronaldo. Right.
Yeah.
New York fog.
Yes. Well, I'm assuming you're talking about the smoke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, isn't fog... What is fog?
Fog is like
I thought it's just when, like...
fog's like a cloud, but
cloud
like
of-
very low. Well, I think fog's like mainly water vapor, but smoke's like, burning combustion stuff.
Anyway, I don't really have anything to say about the fog. It's just...
It was just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of pictures that looked like it was in Blade Runner 2049. Have you seen that?
Yes.
There's like an orange scene
Yeah.
where like they're in the Las Vegas. It's like, I think the implication is that there was like a nuclear war there.
Yeah.
And that's why that place is so fucked up by an orange.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what those pictures from this week look like. It was, yeah, hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing more to say other than who's hectic, mate. Yeah.
I think it's cleared up by now, so.
Yeah. It's over.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah. The next story is Apple glasses.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this?
Yes, I have.
So I saw the video that they put out. It's like a 10-minute video. I shared it on
Yeah.
my WhatsApp group with my friends.
Okay.
Like one person replied, he said, "Oh, this looks amazing."
Yeah.
Well, I was putting there to show how dumb it is. I'm not trying to, make fun of my friend just because I don't know, right? Like a few times now,
Yeah.
I've looked at the dog shit Apple have put out and I've thought, this is bullshit. Who would buy this?
Yeah.
And then it just does gangbusters. And they make another cool $1 billion. So, I don't have good, what's the word, business instincts for this, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe I do, and just Apple have cultivated a bunch of fucking NPCs that will buy any fucking thing they put out. But anyway, that glasses
Yeah.
seems very clunky.
Yeah.
Obviously, the idea is in future generations we can get it down to, like reading glasses.
Yeah.
But like in its current mode, I would never use this.
It's very much like a VR headset kind
Yes.
of.
And
Yeah.
like a similar thing to this, the Google Glass came out like 10 years ago.
Yes.
And that flopped massively.
Yeah.
So I don't know, is the market right for it now? Or will people still say this is bullshit?
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing about, like, it looks really, really cool. Like, it can do stuff that like an Oculus or other like VR, AR headsets can't do. But the biggest thing for me right now is that I don't think it's worth $3,500 because that's 70 grand for us. It's for like the
smallest or
the
the cheap version.
the what?
The cheap version, the basic.
Well, I think there's only one version at the moment,
Oh.
and then later on they'll expand it.
All right.
Like what they did with iPad, for example.
Yes.
Yeah, similar idea.
But I'm saying, I'm saying when it gets to like the glasses phase,
Yeah.
like reading glasses phase, maybe
Yeah.
I'll be into it then.
Yes.
But at current moment, like the goggles, I don't like.
Yeah.
And this kind of leads into the Unabomber's point. I'm just joking. No, it doesn't. But yeah,
You
there
can
are-
bully anyone with a blink.
there are critiques of technology going too far.
Yeah.
Like, people are addicted to their phones.
Yes.
Putting it literally over your eyes seems like the next step into technology addiction.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, what do I know?
I've seen people that were testing it. Like, so people that have glasses, right? They went and they tested it.
Yeah, you can get what's it called?
Yeah.
Prescription goggles.
Yeah, but they were saying that without their glasses on and without the prescription, you can actually see better than if you were wearing your glasses, because you're only having to focus on the screen that's right in front of your eyes instead of having to.
Well, I thought you meant like, seeing in front of you. The glass. No, yeah, obviously, if it's right in front of your eyes, it's easier to see.
Yeah.
Anyway, are we done here?
Yeah.
The next story. There was an earthquake in Johannesburg.
There was.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you know?
Yes, I did. I was awake.
So was I. It happened at like 2:30 in the morning, right?
20 to 3.
Yeah, I was awake watching the hit Fox comedy New Girl. Right? I thought my downstairs neighbors were drilling something. Which I know seems unlikely, but like, I'm a night owl, right? And I do most things at night, so why not drill at night? That's what I thought, right? But then I went online and I saw like everyone was talking about an earthquake. That's a slightly more plausible explanation. Someone was drilling downstairs. But yeah, it was a 5.0 on the Richter scale.
Yeah.
Which is a moderate earthquake.
Yeah.
So not a big deal, but it's very unusual to have earthquakes in South Africa.
I would say it is a big deal for us.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because it's unusual to have earth.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have natural disasters.
Well, we've got like veld fires and stuff, but that's
not natural.
Well, it depends. You can have natural veld fires. Like, okay, not according to conspiracy theorists, but I believe the current explanation for how the Canada fires started, the fog in New York, was that they had dry lightning that struck grass and let it
up.
Yeah.
All right.
So you do get natural fires.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, tsunamis, we very rarely experience any natural disasters.
Yes.
Except like you said, there might be like a flash flood.
Yeah.
Or a flash flood or like or what did you say?
Fire.
Fire.
Yeah.
A natural fire.
Yes.
Right? But yeah, earthquake is extremely
Yeah. Yeah,
rare.
it's very rare.
So like I said, in the context of a Richter scale, it's moderate, it's not a big deal, but we're a place that doesn't get any of these, so it's like, it was a shock, to say the least.
Yeah.
Right. So what are you doing?
I was watching Le Mans.
Let's just move on.
Okay.
The last story is Oppenheimer versus Mission Impossible.
Yes.
So Tom Cruise is apparently very upset that Oppenheimer will be taking up the IMAX screens.
Oh.
I think Oppenheimer comes out the week before. No, sorry. Mission Impossible comes out a few weeks before Oppenheimer.
Okay.
So it's going to have like the IMAX theaters for like 2 weeks, then Oppenheimer's going to take over.
Okay.
And his argument is that the Mission Impossible movies will make more money.
Fair.
Because like it's just a broad action movie is more appealing to the public than like a 3-hour movie about the guy who invented the atom bomb.
Yeah.
Right. And also, like shorter movies, you can have more showings.
Okay.
So like if a movie is an hour and a half, you can have 4 showings in a day. But if a movie is 3 hours, you can have 2.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It behooves them to choose the
longer option.
No, the shorter option.
Right.
So they have 4 showings instead of 2.
Does behooves mean benefits?
Yes.
Okay.
It behooves them.
Okay. Just making sure.
To have the one with more showings so they can sell more tickets.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
But I don't like that.
Okay.
I think Oppenheimer's date was set before
Mission Impossible.
So I believe first come, first serve.
Yeah.
Like these economic arguments can kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure executives or whatever agree with this, but fuck them. I'm saying in terms of fairness, Oppenheimer was put its flag in the sand first.
Yeah.
There's actually, so I was watching, I watch a YouTube channel called Dan Murrell. Do you know who that is?
No.
So, I don't know. Do you know what Screen Junkies?
Yeah, vaguely.
They were like a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He used to be a member of that.
Alright, okay.
But he has his own channel now.
Okay.
And he was discussing this.
Right.
And he said that there's an open spot, I think in August,
Yeah.
that there'll be like an 8-week run where there's no big IMAX movies.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible could have chosen that date.
Yeah.
Because like I said, Oppenheimer was there first.
Yeah.
They them choosing it, to come out like a couple weeks before Oppenheimer is shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
So even though Tom Cruise's argument, I guess, would be true to the, not true, would appeal to the people trying to make money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I believe it was just a stupid idea to
Yeah.
have it at this time.
Yeah.
But there's also, it was already in a battle.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer and Barbie is coming out on the same day.
Yeah.
Which, I guess in the executives' minds, there's very little crossover between the two sets of fans.
Yeah.
But I'm right here, motherfucker. I'll be doing a double header on that day. Well, Barbie because it's a shorter movie, and then Oppenheimer second because 3 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah. So adding Mission Impossible to this is a very, it's a 3-way shootout between Barbie, Oppenheimer, and Mission Impossible. And again, I'm going to see them all, so it's not a...
Yeah, if you start at like 10 a.m., you can watch them all on the same day.
Yes, but not an IMAX.
Oh, no, not an IMAX.
Most theaters only have one IMAX screen.
Yes.
So when the one, the mall nearest to us
Yes.
shut down Avatar.
Yes.
I think it was Ant-Man they put in.
Yeah.
I was so pissed. I was punching the wall. I was crying in the shower. But yeah, there can only be one IMAX at a time.
Yeah.
So Oppenheimer and Mission Impossible I'm going to have to watch on separate weeks.
Yeah.
Whereas Barbie and Oppenheimer will watch on the same day.
Okay, makes sense.
But yeah, it just... Mission Impossible, the producers, you've made a fuck up. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right? But anyway, I think that's probably been like an hour of news.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I can just check the time on the thing. 52 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much an hour of news.
So anyway, the context for this movie. The context for this movie is that you fucked me up. You fucked up my evening.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So, okay. My friend has been living in China for the last year.
Oh, okay.
He went there to become a tutor.
Oh.
And he came back a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And he wanted to make plans, and I was like, well, I'm going to be watching Spider-Man this weekend.
Yeah.
I was going to go to a 3 p.m. showing.
Yes.
Because that's what I usually do. I go during the day
Right.
so that I avoid crowds. I go during the day during the week.
Yes.
Because on weekends and Friday nights, people will bring their children.
Yes.
So that's going to fuck things up for me.
True.
So I usually go, like I said, weekdays early as possible.
Yes.
Like at 10 a.m. on Monday, nobody's going to be there.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
I could smoke in the theater, nobody would know. Right?
Not that you would do that.
Not that I would.
Yeah.
But I could.
Yes.
That's the thing, right? But because my friend is here,
Yeah.
he was like, he was available at 7 o'clock. So I'm like, all right, we'll go watch the 7 o'clock showing.
Right.
So we book tickets, and I get there, and he calls me and says he's sick.
Oh.
He's been vomiting.
Oh.
So he can't make it.
Damn.
And that's fine because I didn't pay for his ticket. I paid for mine. He paid for his.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm,
Yeah.
out of pocket here.
Yeah, you're fine. You're
And-
not inconvenienced.
And I go to watch movies regularly alone.
Yes.
So it's not. I'm not upset that I'm alone.
Yeah.
Right. As I'm standing in line to get popcorn, who shows up? The 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. My 3 younger cousins and my brother. The first things first, my brother comes up to me and says, "Oh, I see you're an influencer now." Dog, I was gonna slap the dog shit out of him. Don't call me a fucking influencer, bro. I will stab you. I'm not that word means nothing. Right? I was gonna beat him up. Right? Then you and my other cousin come and ask me about McAllister. Oh, that should have been in the news. We signed McAllister.
Yes.
Well, I don't know what his nickname should be. Alex Mack or McCallie?
McAlex.
No, it doesn't work. Alex is his first name.
I know.
So we're going to the beginning of his second name, then coming back to his first name. I don't like it at all. It's either McCallie or Alex Mack.
Okay.
All right.
I hope you figure that out.
I'm leaning towards McCallie.
Okay.
Yeah. Because nobody's going to know when I say Alex Mack. They're going to think I'm talking about like a lawyer from a TV show. Yeah. But anyway. So yeah. You guys show up and I'm like, alright, fine, whatever. We're gonna be in the theatre. I'll be far away from you, devils.
Yes.
We get in the theatre and you guys are right behind me. I'm in the second last row. You guys are in the last row.
Yes.
And I'm like, and not just, in the row behind me, directly behind me.
Yes.
Right. And like I said, it's not just you. Right?
Yes.
So let me go through my problems.
Okay.
So to my left,
Yes.
there was just a guy on his phone.
Yes.
He was just fucking on his phone. And it's like, alright, maybe you're the most important person in the world,
Yes.
Maybe you need to receive a message and you're only here because you took your kid to the movies or whatever.
Yes.
Put the brightness down.
He just had it on full brightness.
Full brightness, it was in my eye. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? But I spoke to him, I'm like, sorry, the light's hurt my eye. And he was like, oh, sorry, and he put it away.
Oh.
That's reasonable, right?
Okay.
If someone says, hey, this is upsetting me, you're like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize my actions were having an effect on you.
Yes.
Let me stop doing this.
Yes.
Right? All four of you behind me, chatted throughout the movie.
I wouldn't say chatted, but okay.
Did you speak?
I mostly gasped, and then other people would be like, oh yeah, that's that.
Right? And listen, I'm not trying to stifle, reactions.
Yeah.
If something funny happens, you laugh.
Yes.
If something shocking happens, you gasp, right?
Yes.
I'm not trying to say that. I'm saying talking. Saying words.
I didn't do much of that.
I'm not speaking about you specifically.
Okay.
I'm saying...
Yes. Just in general.
I heard a lot of talking behind me from you guys.
Okay.
And it's like... It's like, my kids that I tutor.
Yes.
They'll be like, sir... I'll see them talking. I'll be like, hey, you, stop talking. They'll be like, sir, it wasn't me. I'm like, I saw you open your mouth and sound came out. The same thing, I turned around. I saw all of you with your mouths open and sound came out. At different points. Not,
Okay.
all at once.
Yes. We were just all saying the same things. Like, the twins in The Shining? Where they're just...
Stop playing with us, Danny.
Yeah. All four of us at the same time.
So at various times, all of you were speaking.
Okay.
And I was just very frustrated.
Okay.
But the worst culprit was in the back to the right.
Yes.
There was a child there.
Yes.
And that child was fucking speaking the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah, after the movie, I spoke to the mother of that child and
Okay.
gave them a talking to. I was like, please, you can't, make a noise in the theater.
Yeah.
There's other people here, you're ruining our experience.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
Then, but there's nothing I could do at the moment.
Yes.
So yeah, when I went home, I was fucking heated.
Yeah.
I was so angry. I was like, I work a job,
You do?
get paid a salary.
That, yeah.
I spend my hard-earned cash, for a nice night out.
Yes.
I go there only for it to be ruined by people just being very rude.
I see.
Right?
Yes.
Just frustrating.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I only wrote this document yesterday because for the last 2 weeks I've just been upset. Every time I sit down to write Across the Spires, I just think about everyone there is fucking talking in that movie and I get angry.
Okay.
Alright. And then anyway, I was speaking about this on the weekend, right?
Yes.
And your dad says to me, I think you're upset because your friend didn't come.
Yes.
And you had no one to talk to. I'm like, bro, that's the most deranged thing I've ever heard. I'm complaining about them talking, and you're saying the reason I'm complaining about them talking is that I didn't have anyone to talk to. No! okay, I'm not going to say I've never spoken in the theater. Right?
Yes.
I can remember a time when I was like 17.
Yes.
And I was at a pre-drinks with my friends.
Right.
And we were deciding what we were going to do that evening.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to go to this party, but this one guy says, "Hey, let's go to the movies."
Okay.
So I was drunk in the theater because we were already drinking beforehand.
Yeah.
And I was speaking in the movie.
Yeah.
That's the one and only time I can remember myself speaking in a movie.
Okay.
And I assume when I was a child, maybe.
Yeah.
Right? But at least for the last 10 years, I have not spoken in a theater when I go watch a movie.
Fair enough.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Anyway, we need to get...
Yeah.
Let me just check the time. Right? Fucking hell. It's 8 minutes. It's 8 minutes. Come on. I thought it was long. If we were touching 15, I'd feel bad, but it's 8 minutes. I deserve 8 minutes because of the way... Anyway, let's just move on, right? Context of the movie.
All right.
So the genesis of the character Miles Morales is the premiere episode of season 2 of Community.
Okay.
Right, a landmark comedy series.
Yes.
Apparently, Donald Glover mentioned in an interview that he was a huge Spider-Man fan.
Yeah.
And a campaign started online called #Donald for Spider-Man to get him cast in the upcoming reboot.
Okay.
Which would become The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right, as Peter Parker.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if he auditioned or not, but he lost the role to Andrew Garfield, obviously.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then in that episode of Community, he wears Spider-Man pajamas as a nod to the fan campaign.
Yeah.
And years later, Brian Michael Bendis, the creator of Miles Morales, said he based Miles Morales' design on Donald Glover's appearance in that episode of Community.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Although that episode aired in 2010, and Marvel editorials say that they had the idea for a Black Spider-Man since 2008 when Barack Obama won the presidency.
Okay.
So the idea of a Black Spider-Man was, bouncing around.
Yeah.
And then Bendis saw that episode of Community and it
Yeah.
solidified in his mind, I assume.
Yeah.
This is just what I've read. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It could be a bit of both. I'm just mentioning this for the sake of completeness, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, Miles made his debut in 2011 in the Ultimate Universe to accusations of political correctness.
Oh goodness. Okay.
If he was created today, it'd be called wokeness.
Yeah.
But right. Anyway, so do you know what the Ultimate Universe was?
No.
So there's decades of continuity, right?
Yes.
Which is difficult for new readers to come into.
Yeah.
Because there's 60 years worth of stories.
Yeah.
That you have to,
Yeah.
have context for this. So
Yeah.
every couple of years, DC reboots.
Okay.
They start a new universe, or they rein in the
Yeah.
the things that have gone too far.
Right. Yeah.
Right? And they simplify.
Yeah.
Certain characters, or it's a reboot, so
Yeah.
they may change their origin, or so it's easier for a new comic fan to come in.
Right. Yeah.
So in 2011, I don't know if it started in 2011, but Miles was introduced in 2011.
Okay.
The idea for the Ultimate Universe was that it would be a clean, new universe without lots of continuity that new readers could come into.
Right. Yeah.
But so that was one thing, that
Yeah.
there wouldn't be too much continuity. And two, they promised that the Ultimate Universe would never cross over with the mainline universe.
Oh.
Right.
Oh. Okay.
Both those two were proven to be
Yeah.
wrong within maybe 1 or 2 years. They crossed over with the mainline universe almost immediately. It's like on page 2 of the Ultimate Comics. They're like, oh, is that the main? Yeah, but anyway, yeah. Within 2 years, they had packed 60 years worth of continuity into the Ultimate Universe. Right? But anyway, this isn't about the Ultimate Universe. I was just trying to, give context to where Miles comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah. The main creative force behind these movies are Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Okay.
So they aren't the directors, but are the writers and producers.
Oh,
so
I see.
one of
Okay.
them wrote the first, but they both produced the first.
Okay.
And this one, both of them wrote it, and they also produced.
Yeah.
And the next one as well.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah, because we know about that as well now.
Well, they announced it before the movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll get to it, right? But what I didn't know was that this was a two-part.
Yes, I also.
I
Yeah.
thought this was just the next chapter in the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a full, complete movie. I didn't realize this would be,
Yeah.
back to back.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, I didn't like it at all.
I
But
also didn't.
We'll get to that, right?
Yeah.
So their previous credits include Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs,
Yeah.
which they directed, wrote.
Yeah.
21 and 22 Jump Street.
Okay.
Again, they directed and wrote.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they wrote the first one. I think Jonah Hill wrote the first one. But
Okay.
whatever, right?
Yeah.
And they made the Lego movie,
Okay.
which they directed and wrote.
Yeah.
So most recently, before the Spider-Verse films, they were fired from Solo, a Star Wars story,
Ooh. Okay.
right? Disney thought they were making the movie too funny.
Can you have too funny of a movie?
Well, this is the thing. They're very, protective over the Star Wars brand.
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
I would have liked to see, a comedy set in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
Like a political thriller,
Yeah.
different
something.
different genres within this universe.
Yeah.
But Lucasfilm, a subsidiary of Disney that
Yes.
controls the Star Wars stuff. They don't want to take risks. Everything's the same kind
Yeah.
of what's it called?
Like the same template.
No, it's the same vibe.
So, okay.
All of them, they're all set in the Star Wars universe, and there's nothing kind of differentiating them.
Yeah. Okay.
There's nothing that makes each show unique.
Yeah.
It's if the tone,
Tone.
different tones.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, what was Disney's loss was Sony's gain, right?
Yes.
As this first Spider-Verse movie was excellent.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it at the time, but I watched it during the pandemic, and I thought it was just such a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
And I think that's similar for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right, because the first movie opened to 35 million
Yeah.
and eventually grew to 400 million.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
This movie's opening weekend was around 80 to 120 million.
That's
So-
insane.
More than doubled.
Yeah.
The opening weekend. But at time of podcasting,
Yeah.
it's made roughly the same amount of money as the same movie. So which is 400 million.
Jeez.
Which is a shock to me.
Okay.
Because, like I said, the first one debuted to 35, ended up at 400.
Yeah.
This one debuted at 80 to 120 and is at 400 million now. And it's been 11 days since it came out.
Yes.
Most people watch, the movie within the first week.
Like opening weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it can't have legs and grow further,
Yeah.
but I'm just kind of shocked that it's only made 400 million.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, the movie cost 100 million.
Yeah.
And doubling it due to marketing, the movie still made a tidy $200 million profit, right?
Yeah.
That's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
I just thought it would be way bigger.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
fair
my
enough.
own.
Yeah.
That's my own predictions.
Yes.
Expectations.
Yeah.
So I don't want to put that on on this and say, oh, it's a failure. I just thought, it'd be bigger.
I
I thought this would do like $1 billion easy.
Yeah.
400 million seems way too. But again, it could have legs.
Yeah. I mean, looking at the hype for it,
Yes.
I expected it to be at least high 100 millions.
Yeah. But yeah.
But yeah, I think it will kind of grow into it a
we'll
bit
see.
more. Yeah.
Right. That 400 million for the first one was the entirety of its theatrical run.
Yeah.
This 400 million is after 11 days.
Yeah.
I said. So we don't know how it's going to turn out. We'll revisit this when it's out of theaters.
Yeah.
Right. But again, it just feels small.
Yeah.
So yeah, my thoughts on the movie.
Okay.
Well, do you want to add any context before?
No, not really.
Alright, before the movie starts, I love the animation on the Sony, Columbia, and Marvel logos.
Yes.
Right? They make it glitch and change animation like what happens in the movie.
Yeah.
It's a cool way to prime us for what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? I love the intro with Gwen playing the drums and recap us on the previous movie.
Yeah.
So every universe has a distinct animation style, and this is not my area of expertise. So I did some research
Okay.
on this, right? Earth 65, the home of Gwen Stacy, was designed to look like impressionistic watercolor paintings.
Yeah.
The animation team created a simulator to generate the style and used a visual palette that reflects Gwen's emotions like a three-dimensional mood ring.
Yeah.
According to co-director Justin K. Thompson, the reflection of her emotions gets through colors is inspired by a scene in 1950s Cinderella where her dress gets torn and the environment reacts to that trauma.
Yeah.
This style was also intended by Miller to remind the audience about the covers of the Spider-Gwen comic books.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, like, the biggest thing I noticed was, when she hugs her dad, like when she goes back and she
Yes.
hugs her dad, the orange, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're saying here.
Yeah.
Her emotions are represented by
Yeah.
the scenery around her.
It's amazingly well done. I really like that, yeah.
That's my favorite animation style in this movie.
Okay.
There's some I like, there's some I don't like.
Yeah.
But the watercolors, I thought was very... I don't
Okay.
know, it just felt comforting. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Right. The next thing... Well, we'll get to it. The only thing I don't like from this opening of Gwen is when she was fighting the lizard, Peter Parker lizard.
Okay.
The music in that scene.
Okay.
It's like, when fast things are happening, you'll play fast music.
Yeah.
But when it's slowing down, you'll, slow down the music. So
Yeah.
like, kind of go along with the rhythm.
Yeah.
They were playing like fast music throughout, even when the fight ended. I
Yeah.
was just like, this feels odd.
In my mind, it kind of portrays the panic of, oh shit, I just killed Peter Parker.
No.
It's kind of, it's going along with our heart rate, if that makes any sense.
Alright, well, I'd urge you to... Well, we'll rewatch the scene
Yeah.
at some
Okay.
point when it comes out, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the case. I think they were just playing music and...
Okay. Yeah.
didn't, I don't know, make it go along with the fight scene
Yeah.
well enough. But again, that's a good reading that it's... Because, like, you see her drumming
Yeah.
when she's going to do something.
Yeah.
So it's kind of getting herself worked up, to get up the nerve to do it.
Yeah.
So, this is something I've been seeing floating around online,
Okay.
is that Gwen is a trans woman.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
The evidence for this is that she has a sticker in her bedroom that says, "Protect trans kids."
Yes.
Secondly, her not being able to reveal her full self as Spider-Gwen to her father, as he won't accept her, is similar to the experience trans people go through with parents who won't accept them.
Yeah.
Right? I just feel like this is the Rise of Skywalker situation.
Okay.
So Disney said that the Rise of Skywalker would have the first openly gay kiss in Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
And it happens quickly in the background,
Yeah.
like borderline off-screen.
Yeah.
Right? In my opinion, that was insulting to gay people.
Okay.
Right? Similarly, I feel this is insulting to trans people.
Okay.
Make her openly trans instead of just hinting at it.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Have the courage of your convictions. This feels like a cop-out to me.
Yeah.
Just vaguely hinting at it.
A little
Right.
bit, yeah.
That being said, if you are a trans person who loved this and felt seen and feel like Gwen is a good representation, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Right? Don't let me ruin your enjoyment.
You do you, bro.
I just believe that you should be asking for better instead of, some vaguely hinting at something.
Yeah.
Right? Be open about it. But, yeah.
Fair enough.
Anyway, then the Renaissance era Vulture appears. Right?
Okay.
Truth
Yeah.
be told, I liked the idea of this, but I didn't like the parchment animation.
Okay. Okay.
Did you?
Yeah. I thought it was really cool.
To me, it felt distracting.
Yeah, I can see how it is distracting.
I kept looking at his animation instead of following the plot.
Yeah.
It was very because it just seems like bizarre and out of place. And obviously that's the effect they want to have on you, that this is different. Universes are different, but I thought it was very garish.
Okay.
It just I didn't enjoy that. Right.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
I also really like that we get these small text boxes that explain concepts. So hammer space.
Yeah.
that you can just reach it. Right. And then we're introduced to Miguel O'Hara, aka Spider-Man 2099, voiced by Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
And continues filling us in with information of how the Vulture appeared here,
Yeah.
and like how it's a consequence of the first movie.
Yeah.
Kingpin's super collider
yeah.
tore holes in space.
Yes.
And that's why the Vulture is here now.
Yeah.
And that's a good way to link it to the first one,
Yeah.
right? We also meet Jess Drew, aka Spider-Woman, voiced
Yeah.
by Issa Rae. I had a laugh when Gwen... Why do you laugh at Issa Rae?
No, not Issa Rae at Spider-Woman, because the very first introduction of her is like she rides in and then Gwen goes, "Are you pregnant?" Yeah. Well,
She asks if she's pregnant. She says yes, I think, and then she's like, "Can you adopt me?"
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
That's such a. I thought that was so weird. Like, you've just met this lady.
Yeah.
Like, you think she's cool, but you don't know anything about her. What if she abuses her children? And you're like, please adopt me. But anyway, I had a great laugh when Gwen makes a spider web to stop the helicopter from falling, and someone says, "I think it's a Banksy."
I'm fairly sure that's exactly the same sound clip as the one from the first movie, with I think it's Post Malone that says, "I think it's a Banksy," and it's the exact same soundbite.
I gotta be honest, I don't really remember the first one.
There's like I want to say it's like a Christmas tree. I don't actually remember it that well either, but it's something that looks like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, but I remember the first one. I just don't remember specific details like this. Like,
yeah,
one random man shouted out. Yeah, but I had a good chuckle at that. All right.
Yeah.
You know what Banksy is?
Yes.
Well, not you, the listeners.
Oh.
Banksy is like an unknown person who like
an anonymous street artist.
Anonymous street artist. Nobody knows about it, and he'll just like, do something on the side of a building one day.
Yeah.
Right. And he doesn't like take. Well, he takes credit by writing his name, but nobody knows. And I'm saying he. We don't know. It could be woman.
Yeah. Could be.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Next, we catch up with Miles.
Yeah.
He's late for a meeting with his parents and the school counselor.
Yeah.
Because he's stopping the main villain of this movie, the Spot.
Yeah.
Voiced by Jason Schwartzman.
Oh.
Do you know who that is?
No.
He was the villain in Scott Pilgrim.
Oh.
He's the...
yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, I know him from other stuff, but I chose that because that's probably what you'll know.
Yeah.
He's actually a Coppola. He's like Nicolas Cage's cousin.
Oh, okay.
Like a nephew of Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh.
But yeah.
That's pretty cool.
He's part of the Coppola family.
Nice. Okay.
But again, Nicolas Cage changed his name so that he wouldn't be accused of...
like, using
nepotism.
Yeah.
Right? Jason Schwartzman, I think he, like, his father's name is Schwartzman, and, like, he married into the family.
Yeah.
That's why. But both of them, like, they didn't want to use their connections to the Coppola family.
Yeah.
To,
Yeah.
Whatever.
Good on them.
Yeah, they're both good. So...
Yeah.
Yeah. Having him be the scientist that helped with the making of Kingpin's Collider is an excellent bit of retconning.
Yeah.
Right. I really... And, like I said, tying it back to the first one, having him be the scientist who helped...
Yeah.
He's the scientist who brought the spider over.
Yes.
And he helped build the Collider.
Yes.
Right? I think is a good way to...
Yeah.
It's a natural extension of the first movie.
Yeah.
Right? Compared to what Fast X did with Jason Momoa, right? With amphetamine inserted while the... like I said, the Spot feels like a natural extension of the first movie, right?
Yeah.
The idea of making the Spot the villain comes from the notorious Spider-Man ruiner, Avi Arad.
Okay.
Do you know who he is?
No.
So he was a producer
Okay.
on most Spider-Man movies.
Okay.
And, like, his interference is why Spider-Man 3 is a mess.
Oh, right.
His interference is why there's, like, 6 villains in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh.
It's like, him, again, notorious Spider-Man ruiner.
Yeah.
There's just directors trying to do their job, and he'll come in and say, no, put this in, because he's like a toy guy.
Oh, right,
He's
okay.
very much like Ike Perlmutter. Remember we mentioned?
Yeah.
He's like, put this person in so we can get more toys of this.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
he just mentioned to Lord and Miller that they should make the Spot the villain.
Oh, right, okay.
Like, This is the first and probably last time we'll ever say anything about him on this podcast, right? So drink it in Avia, right? I know you're listening. And also really like Miles' roommate, who just does not want to get involved. It's like, I'm not going to be your guy in the chair. I really feel like I'd be that guy. I want no part in this shit. Right. Anyway, the meeting with the counselor and his parents sets up the idea of this movie.
Okay.
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
And literally later on in the
Yes.
movie. Yeah.
But that's the idea of this whole thing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
This is a fundamental aspect of Peter Parker's Spider-Man.
Yes.
Whenever Peter Parker's personal life is going well, his Spider-Man responsibilities suffer.
Yes.
Right. When he's doing well at being Spider-Man, his personal life suffers.
Yeah.
He can never win, right?
Yeah.
This is why we identify with Peter Parker.
Yes.
Life is constantly shitting on him from every angle, and he still chooses to do the right thing.
True.
That's why, like Superman,
Yeah.
he'll stop the villain without breaking a sweat,
Yeah.
right?
Does Superman sweat?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But like Spider-Man, he has a very limited skills or power set,
Yeah.
right? So it could be likely that he dies. It could be,
Yeah.
it's he's a much more identifiable character.
Yes.
And he was a teen when he debuted, so a lot of teens like empathized with him,
Yeah.
or like identified with him.
Yeah.
That's why Spider-Man is the most popular character.
Yeah.
In Marvel, at least.
Yeah.
Right. In the early 2000s, when the Sam Raimi movies came out,
Yeah.
Spider-Man merchandise was outselling like everything.
Everything.
It was like Superman, Batman, and the rest of Marvel,
Yeah.
and I guess the rest of DC,
Yeah.
were less than Spider-Man alone in terms of merchandise sales
That's crazy.
in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
It was something mad like that.
Yeah.
I'll probably just clean this up next week and like do the proper research. But like, yeah, Spider-Man in the early 2000s was going mad,
Yeah.
right? So this movie is about Miles interrogating this idea.
Yeah.
Why should it apply to him? He's a different Spider-Man. He can just do his own thing. He shouldn't feel obligated to go on the journey other Spider-Man have gone on. He's his own person,
Yeah.
right? So next we see Miles finish his fight with the Spot, and the Spot kicks his own ass. And falls into one of his portals, right? This makes him enter the portal dimension.
Yeah.
He peeks into other universes, and he sees, number one, a comic universe where a woman beats him with a purse.
Yeah.
Right? A Lego dimension, which I'll talk about just now.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
And three, he meets an old Asian woman in a convenience store who is not surprised to see him. This lady is Mrs. Chen from the Venom movies.
Yes.
I like this cameo because it doesn't draw attention to itself.
Yeah.
If you don't know who she is, it's just a universe that is real, and this lets you know that it's not only animated universes that we're going to in this movie. If you do know her, it's a fun cameo that lasts for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Compare this with the unbearable fan service in No Way Home.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Lego sequence was done by a 14-year-old Canadian animator, Preston Mutanga,
Yeah.
and was added late in the movie after the filmmakers were so impressed by his fan-made Lego recreation of the film's first teaser that they tracked him down and recruited him.
How cool is that?
That's super cool, bro.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Although I hope he actually got paid a decent amount for it.
Yes.
Or, compensated in some way.
I hope it's not like we're doing this for exposure.
Yeah.
That's one thing, because I really liked that Lego sequence.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Right. Next is the barbecue scene.
Yeah.
Miles is late because he's getting the cake, and gets 2 because the ladies was just writing all this stuff. It's always a great bit in the movie where like somebody's dictating what to write, and the person writing just writes everything. It also happened in Shazam, right?
Yeah. Yes.
There's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's like
the
magic,
pen.
the magic pen.
Yeah.
Everything they say between. Right. He's fighting crime on the way home, and the remaining letters on the cake say, "I'm not proud." Anyway, Miles goes to his room and listens to music.
Yeah.
And Gwen appears in the portal above his bed.
Yeah.
Well, because I just mentioned music, I want to say I like the first movie's music way more than this one.
Okay.
Let me not say music. I like the song Sunflower. That's one of my favorite songs. Well, both Sunflower and there's a sequence where it goes like, "What's up, danger?"
Oh, yeah.
From the first one.
Yeah.
I really like those two. There's no
Yeah.
music in this movie that, like, grabbed me. That I was like, "Oh, this is great."
Okay, that's fair. Like, I was listening to the whole soundtrack on the way here.
That's what I was going to say. My other cousin as well, he's been talking about, like, listening to the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And I haven't listened to the soundtrack. All I know is the movie, like, what portions they used in the movie. So I don't know the full songs.
Yeah.
I just know what was in the movie.
Yeah.
So obviously this could change in the future, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, that...
Yeah, I mean, personally, I love the soundtrack for the whole movie.
Well, again, these thoughts can change. So
Yeah.
it's not set in stone. You
Yeah.
know, just at current moment, I wasn't impressed with the music.
Fair enough,
Right.
yeah.
So they web sling across the city while they catch up.
Yeah.
I love the sequence.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't think it's my favorite sequence, but I really liked it a lot.
Okay. Fair enough.
I might come back and say this is my favorite sequence.
Okay.
I can't remember off the top of my head. Right?
Okay.
So they come back and introduce Gwen to his parents.
Yeah.
Miles and his mom have a sweet moment, and then he follows Gwen to the Spot's hideout.
Yes.
Gwen recreates what happened, and we see the Spot go to the multiverse again.
Yes.
She has very cool technology that's like,
Yeah.
replay what happened here.
Yeah. It's very convenient.
Bro, it's like CSI.
Yeah.
They'll like look at a bullet and then they'll see a recreation in there.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Yeah. Right. Gwen and Miles go through a portal and end up in Mumbattan.
Yeah.
Where we meet Pavitra Prabhakar, aka Indian Spider-Man, voiced by Karan Soni.
Yeah.
Do you know who Karan Soni is?
The voice of Indian Spider-Man.
So he was the driver in Deadpool.
Oh, yeah, yes.
The taxi cab
Yeah,
driver.
yeah.
And he's been in
Dopinder.
Yes.
Yes.
He's been in a lot of other stuff as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. And the three of them fight the Spot.
Yeah.
So the Spot gets away and ends up in this universe's equivalent of the collider that gave him his powers.
Yeah.
While putting up a barrier that stops the Spider people from following him.
Yeah.
This is when Hobie Brown, aka Spider-Punk,
Yes.
voiced by Daniel Kaluuya, makes an appearance.
Yeah.
Do you know who Daniel Kaluuya is?
No.
He was in Black Panther.
Okay.
You know those guys with the blue cloth?
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah.
He's also from Get Out.
Yeah. Yes, I know who
And
you're
he's
talking
in
about.
Hope.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think where else from. He was Fred Hampton in Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah,
You definitely haven't watched.
No.
Yeah.
But I think I googled him either this morning or yesterday.
Yeah.
Because he looked familiar.
Hmm.
But yeah, yes.
I can appreciate that they're trying something new here, but I did not enjoy the animation on Hobie.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
Right? I felt like I was having a headache every time his animation came on screen.
Yes.
I read that he was
yeah.
moving at different frame per second, or different frame rates, right?
Yeah.
Like, different parts of his body was animated at different frame rates.
Yeah, so from what I can recall, it's like, depending on the universe you're in, you're updated at, or the universe you're from, you're updated at a different frame rate. So like Hobie is like, I think every 4th frame or something, he's updated. Whereas the others are like every 2nd and 3rd frame or something.
Okay, well, all of that is gibberish to me. It just reminded me of The Hobbit, right?
Okay.
When The Hobbit came out, people felt like vomiting because, like,
The-
that was
yeah.
the first experiment of, higher frame rate.
Yes.
And yeah, people came out feeling like they wanted to vomit. So I
Yeah.
think something similar is happening to me,
Yes.
with this.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't like the animation of the vulture in the beginning, but it wasn't upsetting, like the way this
Yeah.
Hobie animation was, right?
That's fair.
The next thing is his personality.
Okay.
So I mentioned this in the Ant-Man episode. This is an example of capitalism absorbing revolutionary ideas, defanging it, and presenting it back to the public, right?
Yeah.
Hobie is supposedly an anarchist and is anti-capitalist.
Yes.
But you best believe the Sony Corporation will be commercializing this character. I'm not saying this is a bad or a good thing.
Yeah.
The movie is allowed to have characters portrayed however it wants.
Okay.
I just think I should point it out when this is happening, that like, if you actually believed in the words he was saying, you wouldn't
Yes.
participate. But
Yeah.
well, whatever. Like I said, the movie's allowed to do whatever. I'm just noting it down.
Yeah.
Next is the building where the collider was collapsing, and all the spider people need to save the people in Mumbattan from the falling rubble.
Yeah.
Right.
This is very cool.
So this is my favorite sequence in the movie.
Okay.
Miles saves Gayatri's father, and this disrupts a canon event.
Yeah.
So the word canon comes from the Bible.
Okay. I didn't know that.
There are lots of books in the Bible.
That is
and
true.
some of these texts contradict one another.
Huh.
So the Vatican, the church,
Yeah.
they decided to designate what is canon, aka what's accepted as the true events,
Yeah.
and what's non-canon.
Yeah.
But to essentially resolve these conflicts.
Yeah.
To say, okay, this story is true, this one is false.
Yeah.
Right? That word was adopted into comics.
Yeah.
And like literature in general.
Yes.
So
yeah.
like Dragon Ball GT
Yes.
is non-canon.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't created by Akira Toriyama.
Yeah.
It was made by, I think, Americans.
I have no idea. But yes, it's not him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's designated as non-canon because it wasn't made by the creator of this.
Yeah.
Right? We could argue that the Disney sequels, the dequels, are not Star Wars. They're not canon to Star Wars because George Lucas didn't make them.
Yes.
So, that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
In this movie, it's a moment that has to happen to each Spider-Person.
Yes.
That's what canon means in this case.
Yeah.
The universe starts collapsing and a team of spider people arrive to try and contain the collapse, while Miles, Gwen, Hobie, and Povita are sent to the Spider Society and meet all the Spider-Man variants.
Yes.
So, there's too many to mention.
Yeah,
if you want
that is true.
a complete list of all the various Spider-Men, there's like channels on YouTube that go through this. This is not the purview of this podcast.
Yeah.
Right. But I'll name a few of my favorites.
Okay.
Ben Reilly, aka the Scarlet Spider.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
No.
He's like the animated guy that speaks very like dramatically.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. Okay.
So there was something called the Clone Saga,
Okay.
where Spider-Man was cloned,
Okay.
and a second Spider-Man came out,
Yeah.
and his name was Ben Reilly,
All right.
named
Okay.
after Uncle Ben, and
Oh,
I can't remember what Riley was from.
something.
It may have been like Aunt May's maiden name,
Okay.
or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the Scarlet Spider,
Yeah.
and they kept like this went on for years and years.
Yeah.
Like like Spider-Man will die.
Yeah.
Turns out it was a clone,
Ah.
or like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And people like really got upset with that.
Okay.
People do not like the Clone Saga.
Okay.
So I was kind of shocked Ben Reilly was like front and center. I assumed they'd put him, in the back somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, Spider-Man Unlimited.
Okay.
So, Batman of the Future,
Yes.
aka Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Terry McGinnis.
Yes.
So that was a show in the 90s.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows when I was a kid.
Yes.
But, have I mentioned this to you before?
Yes.
Oh, on the spot.
You might have.
Mm.
I definitely feel like you have.
So, they didn't want to make a Spider-Man 2099 TV show because it was too similar to Batman of the Future.
Yeah.
So they made a TV show called Spider-Man Unlimited,
Okay.
where Spider-Man gets sent to Counter-Earth.
Okay.
Remember we saw Counter-Earth in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's not how it was presented in the movie. It's but yes, there are animal people.
Okay. Yeah.
They kind of live with humans.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, cool series.
Yeah.
I
Fair
watched it during the pandemic, and yeah.
Yeah.
I also watched that as a kid. I just couldn't remember, and when I rewatched it, I was like, oh fuck, I remember this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
uh,
Hmm?
there was a TV show called Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh.
He's like, the short guy.
Yeah.
When he's like, Miles, it's true, or something like that.
Yes.
That's Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right. The PS4 Spider-Man.
Yes.
I think he says something like, I like playing games.
Yeah.
Right. And my absolute favorite was Peter Parked Car. I had a good chuckle at that. Alright. Then they show the anomalies, and we see Donald Glover as the Prowler.
Yeah.
So he played a pre-Powers version of the Prowler in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yes.
And this is the obvious endpoint of that.
Yeah.
And also, they included him in Homecoming because, like I said in the context section, like he was the inspiration for Miles.
Yeah.
So in Homecoming, they made him Miles' uncle, the Prowler.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Anyway.
Makes sense.
They speak to Spider-Man 2099, and I should mention that he has like the Blade Runner theme playing in the background every time Miguel is on screen.
Yes.
Especially at the end when like they're searching for Peter.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is so Blade Runner.
Yeah.
But yeah, it plays throughout the movie whenever we see him.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're joined by Peter B. Parker.
Yes.
And his daughter Mayday Parker. He's Miles's mentor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And Miguel and his virtual assistant explains the concept of a canon event.
Yes.
And we see flashbacks to the live-action movies and Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right? Leading on from what I was saying earlier, Miles says, I can do both. Spider-Man always, and Peter interjects to say, not always. Right?
Yeah.
Which further leads into this idea that Peter Parker Spider-Man can't have the best of both worlds. But Miles is choosing a different path.
Yeah.
However, the fact that he's the only one voicing these concerns is what really ticks me off.
Okay.
Right? My Spider-Man would never knowingly let someone die if he can help it.
Yeah, true.
Right? The fact that all these Spider-Men and women,
Yeah.
Spider people have
Spider people, yeah.
both, accepted this framework that Miguel has put forward that,
Yes.
we should let certain people die because that none of them have
Yeah.
done what Miles has done.
Right,
He's
yes.
the first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
It's very... Well, I guess we're watching a movie about Miles. We're not watching a movie about the people who didn't do the thing.
Yes. Yeah.
I guess in that sense it makes sense, but it's just... like he's been Spider-Man for a year.
Yeah.
These are experienced Spider people. They shouldn't be, buying into this.
Yeah. True.
Right. So you have a society of Spider people and only one person feels this way.
Yeah.
Also, the idea of a canon event is so stupid.
Okay.
We'll discuss this later.
Okay.
Miles breaks free and the worst joke in the movie takes place.
They
They recreate the meme. And this pisses me off. Right?
I knew you were gonna say something about
Again, I feel that movies should not reference memes. Right? It takes away the timelessness of a movie. As in 20 years, someone with no context for the meme won't understand it, right?
True.
Also, the manner in which it's set up. Miguel says, someone stop Spider-Man, and then they all point at each other. But at no point prior has Miguel referred to Miles as Spider-Man. He's only called him Miles. This was so... It was done so ham-fistedly, it made my eyes roll into the back of my head, bro. It was only done for that joke. He called him Miles up until that moment, bro. It really pissed me off. Like, at the end of the first one, they do it in like the post-credit scene.
Yes.
That's just a fun nod.
Yeah.
And it's off-screen. It's like I said.
Yeah.
It's basically nothing.
Yeah.
This, it really ticked me off. Really ground my gears. Mm. Yeah. So Miles escapes.
Yeah.
How is this guy who's been Spider-Man for 1 year outclassing these experienced people? Right?
Because he's just that good.
But anyway, this is where Miguel reveals that he was the original anomaly.
Yeah.
So this is unbelievably stupid.
Okay.
Miguel is saying you can't change a canon event, otherwise the universe will implode.
Yes.
But the existence of Miles as the original anomaly refutes this idea.
Okay.
right?
I think the existence of prowler miles refutes the idea. Because the canon event is getting bitten by a spider, right? Does it matter which universe's spider you get bitten by? Because I feel like, obviously Prowler Miles didn't get bitten by the spider, right? So he doesn't have the canon event, which technically means that even though he should be the Spider-Man, he's not the Spider-Man. So in theory, his universe should then break up.
I thought Miles was never supposed to be Spider-Man.
Yes.
It's just by accident of the spider coming from the different universe. That's why our Miles gets powers.
Yes.
He's the only one. He's the only Miles Morales.
Yeah.
As opposed to.
Yeah. So I think technically it's meant to be Peter Parker in Universe 42 and then Peter Parker in 1610.
Yeah.
Right. But then.
He died in both.
Yeah. So 1610's Peter dies.
Listen, we're saying the same thing here. That the idea of a canon event is bullshit.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying that because Miles in 1610 experiences the canon event, his universe is fine. Because even though he's not the Peter Parker, he's a Spider-Man that experiences the canon event, right? But Miles in 42, or I guess Peter in 42, doesn't experience that canon event. So they have no Spider-Man. So technically, that universe should implode because they don't have a Spider-Man experiencing the canon event.
So the canon event is bullshit.
Kind of, yeah.
Because what you're saying, Earth 42 refutes the idea.
Okay, yes, yeah.
I'm saying the same thing, that, Miles being the original anomaly also
okay, yeah.
refutes that idea. We're both saying
yes.
the idea of a canon event is bullshit.
Yes.
Because multiple canon events didn't happen and the universe didn't implode.
Yes.
That's why,
Okay, yes.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
But maybe I'm misinterpreting this, and only in certain instances will the universe implode.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Then why does Miguel have this vendetta against Miles if
nothing happened?
Yeah, nothing happened because he was the anomaly.
Yeah.
Right? Right? This reveal is so monumentally stupid, it broke my immersion in the film.
Okay.
Right? I was mentally checked out after this.
Okay.
I was just like,
fair enough.
what the fuck? Yeah. But anyway, Miles gets back to, the Spider Society, and he tries to send himself to his home universe.
Yes.
So that he can save his dad.
Yes.
But he ends up in Universe 42.
Yes.
The universe where the spider came from.
Yes.
Gwen asked the question I've been thinking about.
Okay.
How do you know that breaking a canon event is what triggers his implosion?
Yes.
She asked that to Miguel, right?
Yeah.
And Miguel responds, do you want to find out? Which, in my opinion, is not a great answer.
Yeah, it's a terrible answer.
But then she's also sent back to her own dimension.
But I get that they do it because it's like it's a big dramatic thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it leaves the mystery in it. But I just want the answer.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I guess they could clear this up in the third one.
They might, yeah.
Say it's because Miguel misunderstood the
Yeah.
idea of canon events.
Yeah.
Then all this makes sense, but
Yes.
it's like I said, it's just frustrating that nobody brings it up.
Yeah.
But anyway, she gets sent back to her dimension and she has a chat with her dad.
Yes.
So I don't have too much to say about the scene itself,
Okay.
but they're spreading police propaganda.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Gwen says, I know that you're a good cop, Dad. You put on the badge so that someone worse won't.
Yes.
This is what we call the bad apples argument, right?
Yes.
They say that the majority of police are good, and it's only the actions of a few bad apples which change their reputation,
Yes.
right? The leftist critique of the police is that they don't serve the people,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
They are simply the lapdogs of the bourgeoisie.
Yes.
Think about a protest.
Okay.
For example, the June 16th Soweto Youth Uprising.
Oh, okay. So there's an example protest. I wasn't just gonna think of it. Okay, got you.
Like, I prepared this,
Okay, yeah.
I'm not just shooting from the hip. Right, I'm choosing this because Youth Day is around the corner.
Okay, makes sense.
Today's the 13th. It's going to be on the 16th.
Yes.
Right, so that's why it was also just on my mind because of that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I was also thinking of it because it's a righteous protest, right?
Yes.
It was. So, when the language of Afrikaans alongside English was made compulsory as a medium of instructions in schools in 1974, black students began mobilizing themselves.
Okay.
On 16 June 1976, between 3,000 and 10,000 students mobilized by the South African Students' Movement Action Committee, supported by the BCM, marched peacefully to demonstrate and protest against the government's directive. On their pathway, they were met by heavily armed police who fired tear gas and later live ammunition on demonstrating students. This resulted in a widespread revolt that turned into an uprising against the government. While the uprising began in Soweto, it spread across the country and carried on until the following year. In this example, the students were morally and legally correct to protest, and they were doing so peacefully.
Yes.
But were still met with force.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
Because the police are fundamentally not interested in keeping people safe.
Okay, makes sense.
They exist only to protect private property.
Yes.
Right? And you can say, well, that was the apartheid era police. That example doesn't really hold weight in modern day.
Okay, yeah.
Fine. Can I direct you to the Marikana massacre?
Which is in fact fairly modern day.
It happened in 2013, so 10 years ago.
Yeah. It's modern-ish day.
34 miners were shot by the police while striking to advocate for better wages and better working conditions.
Yes.
So, let's be clear how this differs from the June 16th case.
Okay.
So, is that while their cause was righteous, they were striking illegally.
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 Yes.
Sorry. Striking illegally. And it was starting to get violent, right?
Yes.
Not violent against other people, but they were destroying private property.
Yes.
But even in this case, is property damage worth taking someone's life?
No.
The bourgeoisie would say yes.
No.
And they deployed their laptops to do just that.
Huh.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
The second thing is that they don't prevent crime.
Yeah.
If someone robs you, you've already been robbed.
Yeah.
Calling the cops does nothing for you.
Yeah.
Right? The leftist argument is that if we take money we spend on cops and spend on programs that feed the homeless and poor, while also helping them gain skills so that they can get jobs, then robberies would decrease as there's no need for them to steal.
Yeah.
They can just get a job.
Yeah.
Right? But again, like there's homeless people who are suffering from like mental illness.
Yeah.
These programs can help them,
Yeah.
get their lives on track.
True. Yeah.
Right? That's the point of this. Police brutality won't solve the issue.
Yeah.
Right?
I think the police as an institution is based on the idea that people are they're like, how do I describe it? They are morally corrupt.
Yeah, there's bad people and there's good people. The
Yeah.
bad people do crimes.
Yes.
We need to stop the bad people.
Yes.
As instead of looking at it as they're stealing because they, don't have anything.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're trying to survive.
Yes.
And if we help them, live a better life, they won't need to steal.
Yes.
So they're tackling the consequence, not the cause.
Yes.
Right? That's
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. Yes.
Right. So in conclusion, the institution of cops is what we have a problem with.
Okay.
The fact that there's bad apples on top of their foundational problems makes a bad situation even worse.
Yes.
Gwen convincing him not to be a cop was great, though.
Did she convince him?
He said, "I stopped being a cop."
Yeah.
And she said, "When?" He said, "About halfway through your big speech."
Oh. I thought he just quit already and then. Okay.
Well, yeah, it's
Okay.
very good moment.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
But like I said earlier in that scene, she's spreading police propaganda.
Yes.
And again, this is not good or bad. Well, it is bad. But I'm saying that's the ideology of the filmmakers.
Yes.
They're allowed to insert whatever ideology they want.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing it out.
Yes.
Right. Which is the point of this podcast.
Yeah.
To show the
Yes.
politics, although I call it politics. Yeah. So I hated the cliffhanger ending.
Yeah.
I've seen people online compare to The Empire Strikes Back, which
Yeah.
you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
You think I might as well be speaking about Lawrence of Arabia to you. 2 movies you haven't seen. Right? But anyway, to the audience, right? Please rewatch Empire Strikes Back. It does not end on a cliffhanger, right?
Okay.
Empire is a full story with a beginning, middle, and end. Another comparable example is Avengers: Infinity War.
Okay.
That's not a cliffhanger. Thanos won.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, he did.
Ending on a cliffhanger feels cheap, and the audience feels cheated.
Yes.
I distinctly remember in our theater, like a bunch of gasps.
Yes.
Going like, no way.
Yeah.
People were upset, right?
Yeah.
They were like audible gasps of outrage
Yeah.
when the movie ended. The
Yes.
villain is not defeated. The hero hasn't learned a lesson. There's no catharsis, right?
Yes.
The reveal that there's an evil Miles means nothing.
Yes.
We've just seen a movie with lots of variants.
Yeah, pretty
this,
much.
Why is this special, right?
Yeah.
There's absolutely no reason why the movie should end there.
Yes.
It feels like a TV show episode ending where the conflict will be resolved in the first 5 minutes of the next episode, right?
Yeah.
It feels
Kind of.
very TV-ish.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think I'm assuming the idea is to like build up to something so big that it's gonna be like an amazing ending. But I don't see why they wouldn't just make a 3-hour movie.
Yeah, well, anyway, they had so many ideas that it was getting out of hand, right?
Okay.
So
yeah.
they split it into 2.
Okay.
That's not what I'm arguing with. I'm arguing with this moment is why they chose to end it.
Okay.
If, like, maybe they had some small victory,
Yeah.
or like a bad guy wins and they off,
Yeah.
in hiding or something.
Yes.
An ending. Just
Just something.
getting caught by like that universe's prowler is not an ending.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
that feels like the middle of the story.
Well, it pretty much is.
Yeah, but it shouldn't feel like that. That's
Yes.
what I'm saying.
I agree.
But yeah, those are my thoughts. Do you have anything else you want to add?
I mean, I just a little bit more about that ending. I like when it ended. I felt like there was something missing inside me. It sounds weird, right? But like I got so engrossed in that movie for 2.5 hours.
Was it 2.5?
Yeah, it was, well, approximately 2.5. I think it was like 2:15 or something. But
Alright, yeah.
yeah, I got so engrossed in that movie that when it ended on that cliffhanger without anything else to go by,
Yeah.
it was just like it broke me inside.
Yeah, like I said, there was no catharsis.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think we've spoken enough about the animation.
Okay.
That's good.
It's incredible. What do you?
It's great. Yeah. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
We've spoken about it. Yeah. So recommendations.
Recommendations.
I assume you watched a lot of things because you're free now. You're free from school.
This is gonna be such a shock. But okay, so anyway, I have watched 2. Well, I've started one series, and I watched another series. Right. This first series, I think it's gonna be an absolute game changer for series.
Alright, get it over with.
So it's called Kaleidoscope.
Yes.
Nearly
at 12 is here.
Yeah.
So, finish this up, please.
Okay, just look it up.
Alright.
Yeah, cool. The second one, which actually I started watching in the past 2 weeks, is Archer.
Hey!
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I mean, I was speaking with your brother's girlfriend.
Okay.
And she was telling me she also loves Archer. So
Oh,
I was like, oh.
nice. Okay.
We've
Yeah.
got an Archer fan club going.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, Karen.
So I saw an article or like a headline, I guess, that Archer is coming to an end, or it's already come to an end, one of the two. And I was like, you know what? I've never fully watched Archer.
Yeah.
I've just kind of seen snippets of episodes when you or your brother's been watching it, and I was like, I should probably give it a proper watch.
Yeah.
So I'm now halfway through season 1.
Well, it's a few things.
Yeah.
The creator of Archer,
Yeah.
he made a show before this called Frisky Dingo.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, I like Frisky Dingo more than Archer.
Okay. Fair enough. Cool.
But anyway, the second thing is, I assume it's because Jessica Walter died.
Oh.
She's the voice of Archer's mother.
Oh. Ah.
So in real life, she died, I think, last year.
I have no idea.
Yeah, but she died quite recently in the last couple of years. So
Okay.
I don't think that's why, but it played a part. I assume.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
No movies.
Not that I can think of.
What have you been doing?
I've been gaming, reading.
Oh, gaming.
Yeah.
Well, what have you been reading?
I read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Listen, I should have mentioned this, but people have said that
42.
Yes, the
yeah.
Spider Big from Universe 42 is a Hitchhiker's Guide reference.
Yeah, that does make sense.
But I don't know, I didn't think to mention that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Alright, well.
It's mostly been gaming, I can't lie.
Alright, prepare for another half an hour of the pod because I've been watching a lot of shit. I've got a lot of things to say, alright?
Pause it now, grab a snack, maybe a cup of tea or something.
So, first of all, the ending of Ted Lasso.
Okay. Yes.
Ended 2 weeks ago, and
Yeah.
I went through that entire show and I didn't laugh once. You know, we spoke about
Yeah.
when this season started.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned on the earlier episode that like I've never laughed.
Yeah.
Now with the TV show's over, yeah, I never laughed throughout, bro. Again, I'm glad it's over. This is the thing. A lot of TV shows take me hostage. I've watched the first 2 seasons. Now I'm caught, right? I'm gonna have to follow this until like season 10, 11. I really don't have respect for myself or my time because it's only a handful of shows where I'm like, all right, you've taken me for a puss for too long. Cut it off. 1, The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
2, all of the shows in the Flareverse.
Yeah.
Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl.
Arrow.
Arrow finished.
Oh, okay.
By the time I decided enough was enough. Yeah. Anyway, I watched a movie called In the Mood for Love.
Okay.
It's directed by a legend of Asian cinema named Wong Kar-wai.
Okay.
It's a very excellently shot movie. It's a brilliantly written comedy in
Okay.
parts. It's a tragedy in other parts. It's
Damn.
it's a hot 10.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It's genuinely so beautiful, so touching. I had a great time.
Okay.
Right. Season 3 of I Think You Should Leave came out.
Okay.
That's one of the funniest shows on TV.
Okay.
I don't think it's for everyone though.
Okay.
It's a very specific type of like bizarre humor.
Okay.
So I don't know if this will be like
Everybody's cup of tea.
everybody's cup of tea, but yeah. If you have like this is the thing, all the episodes are like 5-10 minutes.
Oh.
Right. So they go quick,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You can watch all 3 series like in an afternoon.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah. I think you should leave.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, okay. I'm out.
yeah.
Goodbye.
Very just excellent show. Go see it. The next movie I watched is called Reality.
Okay.
It's about the lady, her name is Reality Winner.
Her name is Reality Winner.
Yes.
Okay.
Her father named her that.
Okay. Fair enough.
Alright. Anyway, she was like a intelligence official.
Okay.
She leaked that, Russia hacked the election.
Oh.
And she was thrown in prison. So
Okay.
this is the movie detailing when she was arrested.
So she's a real person.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah.
Named reality winner.
Yes. Like I said, her father named her.
Okay.
Well, you're not listening. Just-
No, I thought it was like in universe,
It's our universe.
Yeah, I see that now.
Anyway, the next thing I watched was Hypnotic.
Okay.
This was playing in the next theater when we went to watch Beau is Afraid.
Oh.
I kept seeing that poster every time I went
Yeah.
out to pee. But yes, I watched it. It came out on streaming and rubbish movie.
Oh. Oh, okay.
It's like, I mentioned the Danny Boyle movie Trance a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Where there's like a twist every 5 minutes.
Yes.
Similarly, Hypnotic, there's like 6 or 7 twists.
Oh.
And it just gets boring.
Okay.
It's like, fuck off, bro. I'm sick of all these twists. It's like...
I just want a consistent story,
Bro,
please.
1, maximum 2 twists.
Yes.
Right? If you hit 3 twists, I'm out.
7 or 8, you've pieced out long
Yes.
ago.
Again, you just take me for a puss. Once again, I've been taken off since, so I'm going to finish the movie. But I don't like it. I'm upset. No, the next thing. This has been my obsession for the last week.
Okay.
So, I think in the last episode I mentioned I've been watching Oliver Stone movies.
Yes.
Well, I watched the 2 Wall Street movies.
Yes.
The idea was that I'd be going on and watching more of his movies.
Yeah.
And I stumbled headfirst into a masterpiece.
Okay.
It's called JFK,
About JFK.
John Fitzgerald Kennedy,
Okay.
his assassination.
Huh. Okay.
So, it was 3.5 hours long.
Jeez.
And my only critique is it was too short.
Oh my goodness.
I had such a ball. Right?
Jeez Louise. Okay.
One of the most stacked casts I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
I don't think anything comes close.
Okay.
Maybe like the Oscars award ceremony. That's how stacked this cast is. Truly, I looked at the movies from 1991. Okay, I don't want to talk too much about it, but let me say this.
Okay.
I'm going to say a sentence so powerful, it'll explain all my feelings.
Okay.
JFK came out in 1991. So
Yes.
I checked the Oscars,
Yeah.
in my opinion, this should have won the Oscar.
Okay.
So I'm looking at the movies that came out in 1991.
Yes.
And Terminator 2 came out in 1991. Terminator 2 is my favorite James Cameron movie.
Oh my
And I'm
goodness.
saying JFK is better than Terminator 2.
That is insane.
Yes. But again, I think this is very niche.
Okay.
I think you should leave. I don't think this will be for everybody.
Yeah.
I think it just speaks precisely to my interests
Okay. Yeah.
and everything I've ever read. Right. There's a line in the movie where Kevin Costner's wife says, "You care about this case more than you care about me and your kids." And to my future children, that's absolutely true of me. We need to get to the bottom of this. Sorry if I missed like an award ceremony or like your soccer game. I'm trying to figure out who assassinated John Fitzgerald Kennedy. And I'm very close. I need to say that I've nearly cracked it.
You've nearly typed it into Google.
Johnny, my theory.
Okay.
George H.W. Bush killed him.
What?
So H.W.,
Yes.
he was the head of the CIA.
Okay.
But at the time, I assume he was just a low-level operative.
Okay.
Although, when you look at his biography, he says he wasn't a part of the CIA at that time, which I don't know. But anyway, Alan Dulles orchestrated it all. It's just funny that H.W. happened to be the guy that shot him, right? He's the man in the umbrella, right? Oswald was a patsy.
Oh.
Everyone fucking knows it.
Alright.
Anyway, I had such a ball, right? The next movie is K-19, The Widowmaker.
Oh.
It's a movie about a submarine.
Oh.
It's the next Catherine Bigelow movie.
Okay.
And I did not like it at all.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, I think it's a worse movie.
is it like?
Worse than that cop movie and worse than The Weight of Water, where like,
Damn.
yeah, it's truly so boring.
Okay.
You might like it. You like,
Submarines.
Submarines
I
and
do
that.
like submarines.
But yeah, to me, I'm like, fuck all this shit, bro.
Okay.
I hate it.
Okay.
Then I watched Z.
Okay. Just Z. It's just called Z.
Oliver Stone was inspired to make JFK because he watched Z.
Okay.
It's about the assassination of a Greek politician,
Okay.
and the letter Z means he's alive because
Oh.
his assassination sparked a revolution.
Huh. Cool.
And they, all wrote Z as a mark saying he's alive. But,
Like Zorro.
well, he's actually dead, but they mean
Oh.
his spirit is alive.
Yeah.
That's what. And like the values he stood for are alive.
Okay.
Made by a guy named Costa Gavras, the
Okay.
Greek filmmaker. I mean,
Yeah.
explore him some more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a ball.
Okay.
All Z and JFK.
Yeah.
The letter, the alphabet duology. Right. Then I watched a bunch of Brad Bird movies.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
A director.
He's a Pixar guy.
Oh, okay.
Right. So his first movie wasn't with Pixar; it was with Warner Brothers, called The Iron Giant.
Yeah.
Very beloved movie for
Yes.
me in my childhood.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these like Disney movies that are very beloved that
Yeah.
didn't appeal to me at all. Like, I'm trying to think of the 90s, like Beauty and the Beast,
Okay.
The Lion King.
I think Mulan was around that time.
Yeah, just like there was a bunch of Disney movies that didn't really appeal to me.
Okay.
What appealed to me was like, Batman, Batman
Yeah.
of the Future.
The comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Iron Giant is like a retelling of Superman,
Huh.
right?
Okay.
Except he's Iron Giant.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was also based on a book, but I'm saying Brad Bird made it
Yeah.
Superman-esque.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, I really loved the Iron Giant when I was a child, and it holds up. It's set in like 1950s America,
Yeah.
and like that's a very, I don't know. I like the aesthetic of that period.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously, there was wild racism.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, whenever you see it on film, like,
Yeah.
I like it.
Fair enough.
His next movie was The Incredibles.
Oh.
Ever heard of it?
No, can't say I have.
This is another movie that was big for me as a child.
Okay.
And I watched it, and the animation really doesn't hold up.
Oh.
It feels dated.
Oh. Who'd have thunk it?
But the story, chef's kiss.
Yeah.
It's also set in the 50s, like late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
So it's, similar to Iron Giant has that aesthetic that I like. Is very similar to Watchmen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really thought the animation was incredible.
Okay.
Z.
I'm moving on.
Okay.
His next movie was Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
It's about the rat who, it makes food.
Yes. Remy.
This didn't, do it for me. Well, a good movie. The
Yeah.
animation holds up, but I really don't give a fuck.
Fair enough.
His next movie was his next movie was Mission Impossible, which I didn't watch.
Okay.
But his next movie after that was Tomorrowland.
Okay.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
It's like, I could go into this long discussion about Ayn Rand, but we're running kind of long.
Yeah. A little bit.
Like, but it's also very like 1950s.
Okay,
So
yeah.
that's kind of like his.
His niche.
Yeah, I like the aesthetic of his films,
Okay.
but like the animation lets it down in Incredibles and like.
Yeah.
But like, for the majority of his movies, I love.
Okay.
Right. His next movie was Incredibles 2,
Yes.
which the animation is far better,
Which makes sense.
but I don't think the plot is as good as the first one.
Okay.
So I like the first one more, even with the
Okay.
animation that doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
The next movie is The Hurt Locker.
Okay.
It's Catherine Bigelow's next movie. It's
Yes.
the movie that won the Oscar,
Yeah.
beating Avatar.
Yes.
It's a good movie.
Fair enough.
It's the liberals' view of the Iraq War.
I see. Okay, yeah.
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 It's not a leftist movie. It claims to be anti-war, but shows very pro-war elements.
Okay.
Anyway, I still think it was very well made.
Okay.
I just have a vendetta because it beat Avatar at the Oscars. But yeah, good movie.
Okay.
Yeah, excuse my hating. Right. Then I watched the 1956 version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Okay.
One came out in 78,
Yeah.
93, and 2007.
Yes.
So this was the first one.
Right.
Based on a book.
Okay.
At various points, they've been like a metaphor for communism
Okay.
creeping into the US and,
Yeah.
spreading its ugly virtues and,
Yes.
the Marxist bullshit,
Mhm.
trying
Yeah.
to poison the minds of young patriots.
Yeah.
I hate it. Sorry for being a patriot. I wish they would keep this goddamn Russian communism away from us patriots over here. But anyway, the next thing is the new season of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia came out, season 16.
Yes.
And I said I think You Should Leave is one of the funniest shows on TV because It's Always Sunny is the number one funniest show on TV. They're 16 seasons in and they're still going strong. It's unbelievable.
That's pretty solid.
Yes. Go watch I Think You Should Leave, then go watch It's Always Sunny.
Okay.
All 16 seasons will fly by.
Okay.
You'll do it in 2 days. You won't eat, you won't go to the toilet, you'll just be fixed, right?
Gross.
It's such a great show.
Okay.
16 seasons and still funny, man. But
Yeah.
anyway, Beef. I watched Beef.
What's beef?
It's like so it was produced by A24, but it's on Netflix.
Oh.
It's a show about, it's a guy named Steven Yeun.
Okay.
He was Glenn in The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
He was the cowboy in Nope,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Him and Ali Wong.
Okay.
Do you know who she is?
No.
She's a comedian. She had the special called Baby Cobra.
I can't say I've ever heard of
But
that.
yeah, she's a very
Okay.
funny comedian.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Cool.
And this is, I think, her first acting.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. I haven't
Yeah.
haven't researched, but she wasn't known as an actor.
Okay.
And she's very good in this,
Yeah.
which is like, great transition.
Pretty good.
But yeah, they just have beef with each other.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, they just have vendettas against each other.
Oh, I've seen. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
People have been telling me to watch it.
Yeah.
And eventually I got around to it. And
Nice.
yeah, good show. Nothing much to say, really.
Fair enough.
The next thing I watch is Citizen Kane.
Okay.
Often cited as the greatest movie ever made.
Yes.
I Had a Ball.
Okay.
It's a satire about William Randolph Hearst.
Yes.
Do you know who that is?
No.
He was a media tycoon
Oh.
in the 1930s.
Okay.
1930s.
Yeah.
And he ran for governor of New York.
Oh,
He
wait.
ran for some office and he didn't get in.
I think we spoke about this at some point on the pod.
You're thinking of Rupert Murdoch.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, I am.
And that's why I love this, because this is like Succession from 1940. Citizen Kane. Well, Succession is, modern day Citizen Kane.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just
No, this was actually based on Succession.
it's just making fun of this guy, right?
Nice.
And I
Okay.
really love when,
When
the rich
people
and
get it.
powerful are made to squirm even a little bit,
Yeah.
They're almost certainly going to go through their life without any repercussion for the evil things they've done, but
Yeah.
just to see them squirm for a little bit, it gives me the slightest amount of pleasure, I know it's not going to change things in the real world, but I like it.
Fair enough.
The next thing I watched is The Third Man.
Okay.
It's about this guy whose friend dies.
Oh.
And he's trying to investigate the murder.
Okay.
And the witnesses saw two people that they know.
Oh.
But then, there was a third man.
What a plot
But yes.
twist.
I think it was very well shot.
Yeah.
Let me go back to Citizen Kane.
Okay.
Very well shot, very well acted, very well written. Everything is a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
I see why people called it the best movie ever made.
Yeah.
But in the time since, I think better movies have come out.
Okay.
But yeah, even from 1941 still holds up marvelously.
Okay.
Much better than most of the things we've covered on this podcast,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest, right?
Fair enough.
So yeah. Anyway, The Third Man. So Orson Welles directed and starred in Citizen Kane.
Okay.
Orson Welles is the guy who dies in The Third Man.
Oh.
That's why I watched The Third Man.
All right. Okay.
Right? But
Yeah.
it's a very good mystery, very well shot, very
Okay.
well acted. The only thing I didn't like is the soundtrack.
Okay.
And I looked at the reviews for it, and people praised the soundtrack. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? That soundtrack was dog shit. But anyway, yes, The Third Man, very good movie, 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Oh, I should have said the ratings for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yours?
Mine is like a solid, maybe either 8 or 9 out of 10. I'm still on the fence there. But really the only thing I have found that lets it down is the cliffhanger. That's my only gripe with it.
Right.
What's yours?
I've also been bouncing around between a 7 and an 8.
Okay.
But I'm kind of leaning towards 7.
Okay.
Obviously, I really liked it, but there was a lot of glaring errors, obviously, which we went through.
Yeah.
In the pod, but yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Thank you for listening. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe, give a like, etc. Importantly, it needs to be a 5-star review.
Must be.
Yeah, listener, that wasn't your phone that fell. Yeah.
We nearly made it through without anything falling.
He just shifted over and fell out of his pocket or whatever. But yeah. So anyway, importantly, it needs to be a 5-star review. Please subscribe on Patreon to listen to our movie commentaries.
Yeah.
You can find our links at paicip.com.
PAICIP.com.
Yes. Finally got Mac together. Got a proper URL, right? PAICIP.com.
Yeah. PAICIP.
Please tell a friend, and tell that friend to tell a friend. Tell a family member. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Goodbye.
Au revoir.